You're about to listen to TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to another TADPOG podcast. It's a show where, just two old guys.
Just one guy.
Just one guy.
The other one died.
Oh, just one. Just
from illness.
Just one guy who plays very strange pre-recorded messages.
If I die, well, when I die,
make supercuts of you so you're still on the show.
No, if you could just do them less long form audio letters to me, that would be great.
Yeah. All right.
Dear David, I played Super Adventure Island this week. I think you might have enjoyed it.
Thank you. You were still alive. You probably would have liked it okay.
What's it like on the other side?
Or are you there at all? We don't know.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Tie a rope around somebody and send them through a portal of light and find out.
So this week, just me and you talking Super Adventure Island.
Super Adventure Island. We're back.
We're back.
SNES form after an all calls, which I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing the all calls. That was a nice. I needed that break.
You can get sick anytime, so we can do all calls. I'm happy to make that sacrifice for you.
Yeah, I was pretty sick. I was pretty fucking sick. That's like I'm all out of sick days. Like that's rare. Usually,
Yeah.
I've been there where I work now. I've been there for I don't know, like 8 years, and it's like I have never been out of sick days in a year,
Yeah.
And then this was just like, and I'm out because Henry got sick, and I used the day to stay home with him, and then I think whatever he had turned into what I got because my mom had the same thing, upper respiratory and pink eye, so It's like okay, pretty sure the source on that one's gonna be Henry. So yeah, man, It's good to not be sick anymore, or as sick as I was.
Because you sounded like Phoebe in the episode of Friends. Like you tell you were sick.
Yeah,
but like in the sexiest way possible.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't have that anymore, sadly.
Well, what else have you been up to this week? Anything?
I've been playing a bunch of Adventure Island games because I beat Super Adventure Island, and then
Me too.
Yeah.
I wonder what that says about the game.
And then, so I played. I've got the Game Boy that Big Dick Pie Baker Chris Vaughn modded, and
a work of
I love it. And
beauty.
so there are two Adventure Island games that came out on the Game Boy.
Oh.
One is like a port of Adventure Island 3, I think, and I played through that, beat it, and then there's another one that is, I think, like a hodgepodge of different levels from some of the NES games. And so I played through that too, and they're fun. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure we're not ready to get into the game talk, but like
we can. We can share stories later.
I loved Adventure Island as a kid. Like I never owned Adventure Island on the NES.
I enjoyed it too. I was terrible at it.
Yeah, me too.
It's a different game than what it is for Super Nintendo.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, for sure. And it's like there is some of that DNA there, but it's not. It doesn't feel like a NES Super Adventure Island game.
Because Adventure Island for the NES, is that would you call it an endless runner? Because you're constantly moving forward, just...
You're not, though.
Dodging?
On the skateboard, you are. Originally, they wanted to make it just like you can't stop, like an auto-scroller.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. It's been such a long time. Okay.
On the skateboard, it is. And that was kind of like the compromise that they made during development, where it's like, because originally it was going to be Master Higgins, Wonder Boy, as it started, as Wonder Boy, is just going to be constantly moving. Can't stop. He's just moving from left to right. And you jump and kill things and like an endless runner, like you were saying.
Yeah.
And then they were like, no, I don't think that's a good idea. And then the compromise was, okay, we'll have a skateboard. And then during those skateboarding segments, it moves automatically.
They're really fun until you get hit in 2 seconds after you get the skateboard.
Right. But I mean, like the skateboard's one of those things where it's like, you got to get that skateboard because it gives you one extra hit.
Yep.
And like Adventure Island games is like one hit and you're dead.
You're dead. You're gone.
Contra style.
Yep.
So yeah, I played those. I played those on the Game Boy. Nikki and I finished Vivi, Fluoride Eyes song. We finished that yesterday.
How was that?
Really good.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
really good. It was one of those where it was like sad that there's nothing, like no more of it to watch kind of deal. Like that melancholy kind of feeling where it's like, man, that was really good, but there's no more of it. And like the way that it ends is like, it's over. You know, it's like, it's which I like. I like self-contained stories like that.
Which sometimes, I mean, you get upset about it, but like I would love more Hades, but
yeah.
I still love the idea. I saw somebody on Reddit post about like Hermes helping Hades or helping Zagreus get to Mount Olympus before he dies. And once he makes it to Mount Olympus, it keeps him alive. But he hates it on Mount Olympus. It's fucking terrible. But he can't get home. He can't get back to the underworld before he dies and he comes back on Mount Olympus.
Why would he come back on Mount Olympus?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
That was just the thing was just wanting to flip it on his head. So he's trying to escape Mount Olympus, and it's Hades, Nyx, all the chthonic gods trying to help give him boons to get out of Mount Olympus and get home.
Okay.
Or maybe he can't. Yeah, if he can get beyond Mount Olympus and die, he'd go back. But Zeus keeps stopping him because he doesn't want him to leave. So he keeps stopping him before he can actually leave Mount Olympus. If he actually got away, he'd die and go back.
I think the only way I'd be interested in more Hades is if there were different gods with different boons and all that. Because I mean, if it was just like like if they were just different areas and stuff, I don't think it would be enough for me to like, oh yeah, I'm excited about this. Because my favorite thing was like mixing and matching the weapons and the boons.
Throw in Hephaestus and Apollo and Hera, like that would be.
They would have they would have to redo that whole system. I think, like not redo the system, but like put in different variables within that system.
Yeah,
completely different ones.
So as much as I think about how good that would be, but it would also ruin the perfect thing that they've already created. You know.
Yeah.
As much as I want more, like, yeah, they probably just should leave well enough alone.
I'm good with it
proud of
the way that it is because I think it's an excellent game.
Yep.
And I do agree. I think that they should be proud of it. And it's one of those things where it's like, I also respect it when like a developer's makes a good game and they're like, that's it, we're done. We're not going to try to cash grab. We're not going to try to milk more money out of you.
Got a story to tell. We sold it. We're done.
Right. Yeah. Yep. We're going to move on to try to make another really good game. Yeah. And it's like, I like that, I don't know. I feel like that fosters goodwill with the developer because it's like, man, there have been, what's up with the Cuphead DLC? Do we know? Like that didn't come out and I just didn't know about it. Right.
Oh, I have no idea.
The whole like, what's her name? Chalice or Miss Chalice. What's her name?
Oh yeah.
They were doing that whole thing. I don't know. And then I stopped hearing about it. I hope that's still a thing that's
heard
coming.
About that in a long time. You're right. Well, I know what they're making the TV show on Netflix.
I heard that
with Wayne Brady as King Dice.
I heard, yeah.
I think that's pretty.
Wayne Brady's pretty good casting for that. Yeah. Man, that's got to be. How fucked up would it be if that's not all hand drawn and it's like the video game is, but the actual cartoon is not?
It's not.
It's not gonna be.
I saw a preview for it, and
Is it live action? Is it like Adult Swim style? Like they're just in like low budget costumes.
It looks like it's middle ground between like the computer, animated and hand drawn. It's like right in the middle. It's a weird mix.
Did it look okay? Because it sounds to me like they're missing the point.
It looked okay. It looked okay.
Yeah.
Of course, the right way to do it would be.
And I know that'd be super expensive, and like I get that, but I mean, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, I don't know, guys. Like, if you're going to do it, like do it right. Yeah. You know what I mean? No, instead of doing like 12 episodes or whatever, just 3, like really good ones.
Yeah. No, I'm very with you.
Because that was like the big. That was like what set that game apart.
Yep.
It was like the art direction and the music and all that. And it's like honestly, like if if you redid Cuphead as like pixel art or something, it would still be a fine game, but I mean, it wouldn't be the marvel that it was.
Yeah, something that is completely different than everything else. Yeah.
But Wayne Brady as King Dice is really good. Who's Colin Mockery going to play?
I'd say who would
Mugman?
Mugman.
Yeah.
Ryan Stiles.
Ryan Stiles. Oh, man. All right. This is good. I like it. So who does Drew Carey play then?
Is
he the devil?
Old, yeah, I was gonna say Old Man Teapot, but he would also make a pretty
Drew
good devil.
Carey would make a pretty good Old Man Teapot. That's not wrong. Welcome to Cuphead, where the rules are made up, and the points don't matter.
Aisha Tyler is that queen bee, and then we could cast the whole Cuphead from Whose Line.
I don't think I ever saw any with Aisha Tyler on it.
It's still good. I mean, it just looks like all the Whose Line people. Yeah, they're just older. Colin Mockery's like got completely white hair. Otherwise, it's the same. It still holds up. They're still funny. They're just older.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean,
it's like that picture we saw of everybody and kids in the hall. Like
they're older,
much older.
Yeah, I don't like that because that makes me feel old.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Seeing that photo of the kids in the hall now all together was like not a great experience for me.
I was saying with everybody at the Friends reunion.
Yeah.
How they had changed. Like,
yeah, but I mean, they
still look pretty good for the most. I mean, you could tell there was like some Botox
millionaires.
Some work.
I mean, yeah. No. I don't think Kids in the Hall, I don't think that cast was really like worrying about the facelifts and you know what I mean?
It's true.
So, I didn't get to ask you last time. How was your birthday?
Well, the
July the 2nd.
So that was when my brother had his gender reveal. Was the 3rd.
So what is he?
We didn't go anywhere. He's having a boy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
A name to be determined.
I was about to ask, is there a name yet?
Yeah. So to be determined.
Ryan 2.
Right.
Not Junior. Ryan 2.
Ryan 2.
Yeah. Like Mewtwo. It's all one word. Ryan 2.
He did a burnout, and it produced the color of smoke that the gender would be. So they wanted a boy since
the blue tires didn't give it away.
They already have a girl. He and Kate. Kate has a daughter, so they already have a girl. So they really wanted the blue. So, yeah, they're very happy.
Cool.
But just perfect, and it gives Jack someone to play with. Perfect, love it. So the next weekend, we went to Melissa and I went to House of Cards in Nashville, which
the Kevin Spacey Museum.
Yeah, we both got sexual. Or I got sexually assaulted. She did.
Right. Yeah. Were you dressed as a small boy?
Oh, you have to. Dress code.
Here's your backpack.
Here's a backwards red cap. Make sure it stays backwards. Mr. Spacey does not like it when you cover your face.
He's very specific.
We need you to shave your beard. Here's a peanut butter and sandwich. Eat that just very vigorously before you go down there.
Do they make like bald caps for beards? Is that a thing? That has to be a thing.
You think so? I don't know.
They could just CGI your beard out.
I mean, they CGI gave what did they give? And one of the Captain Americas, did they CGI him a beard?
I don't know. Oh, the only one I know about is like the Superman CGI the mustache.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
But I mean, look, man, Disney, Marvel, they've got they could probably CG a beard. I've seen those movies. They could CG a beard.
Yeah.
They made me believe a raccoon could talk and fire a gun. So,
and in Little Nicky, that a dog could talk and fire a spear out of its dick.
Yeah, this firing the spear out of his dick, that didn't really look realistic. But the dog talking, I believed.
So House of Cards, it is like in behind a little nondescript hallway door in the back of the Johnny Cash Museum.
Okay.
So like we went in, so we already had a reservation. I think they don't advertise anywhere. It's strictly word of mouth.
I've never heard of it. Is this a restaurant?
It's where Paul and Chandra would go, and that's where Paul got the inspiration to make Simon in the Call of Cthulhu game.
Oh, okay. So it's like a card trickery thing?
It looks
Cardistry?
like a speakeasy. You go down there, and it's very low ceiling. They have all sorts of framed cards that are playing cards that are hundreds of years old. They have a very high end menu, like food and drink.
Do they have any Nintendo playing cards?
God, I'd love a set of that. Man, I'd love a set of those.
I've looked before.
Yeah.
There are some, but it's like...
It's probably so hard to tell if they're real or not.
Well, and like the ones that I found were clearly like modern. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were like, these are Nintendo playing cards, but like they were manufactured who knows where. You know what I mean? And they just have Nintendo logo on it, right?
Yeah, no. It's real.
There's Mario in
real.
here.
Yeah. It's Mario as the king, and then here's Peach. Yeah, come on,
Right.
That's what you
These
wanted,
are playing
right?
cards. You said you wanted playing cards.
Nintendo playing cards. That's what they are.
We have Nintendo playing cards at home.
You can only make reservations 2 weeks in advance, and it books up very, very quickly. So we managed to get a seat at the bar. We had to dress up. It's a very strict, formal dress code. And so there are little...
Red cap, turn backwards.
Red cap,
right?
turn backwards.
We covered it already. Look,
I dressed like Ness from Earthbound. And
striped shirt.
We cosplayed Ness and Paula. It was very popular. Mr. Spacey loved us. We go down and... Because you have to go through like this
Kevin
stone
Spacey wasn't
hallway.
there. There was a giant stuffed teddy bear following you. It turns out it was Kevin Spacey.
It was Kevin Spacey. I wish I could do a Kevin Spacey impression, but I can't. Otherwise,
let's see. What's he even sound like? Do your best. I'm Kevin Spacey.
I remember being serious and kind of quiet, but also very firm and enunciated.
Yeah. I feel like that's a hard, like...
Even allegedly assaulted a boy at a party.
Even if you, like, nailed the impression, I still think it'd be like, who? Like, you're right.
You like my principal from, like, middle school?
Yeah. Mr. Watterson?
Are you Jacob when he's mad? Because Jacob does this thing when he's mad where it's halted speech and the hand
hyper
comes up,
enunciated.
and that is when he is at his angriest.
Yeah.
But they have they have a main stage show that you get tickets to when you go in, make your reservation, eat. So there's like a main stage show, and then they have little side tables around where magicians are coming in and out doing like a little acts. So like we had a great meal. Like I had lamb and she had a steak. We had some what was it that we had? Some
were you like, now I'm going to make this lamb disappear? And everyone clapped.
Yeah, it's pretty good. They're all very impressed. That large man dressed as a small boy ate a lot of food very quickly.
Wow. The large boy sitting on a teddy bear's lap.
It was... So basically we ate and we sat there, hung out. It was cool to walk around and see. They had like this outdoor garden that was very cool. When the main stage show started, it was pretty entertaining. I was kind of lit down a little bit.
Really?
Because it was just like, a small... The main stage was probably...
Were you like, wait a minute? That's not real. That's not magic.
I went full Josh's ex-girlfriend, where he didn't really do that.
God,
that's not real. That's a trick.
I loved watching like fucking street magic shows and like Mind Freak and shit with her, because every single time it was like, that's not real. It's like, no shit. Magic's not real, man. No shit.
Because of course, I had to tell that whole story to Melissa when we were down there.
Right.
Told her all about her.
Naturally.
All about, like, after that. That's after watching Magic with her. That's whenever I decided to do I'm going to keep track for 1 hour every time she says something negative or shitty and make a tally mark. And then tell Josh, okay, here are the things that happened after the fact. And it was like, on average, 2 shitty things a minute for an hour. It was something like... Even I was like, holy shit. Like, I can only imagine if this happened when we were watching Magic. And I told him afterward and showed him. He was pissed for a second, but then also, like, realization crashed over him over just how negative and his ex-girlfriend always was. Sweet lady, but toward the end there.
Sweet lady.
I really liked her.
That's the way you
first.
describe, like, a teacher who's 40 years older than you. Sweet lady.
She's sort of like that. Yeah. But yeah, then
doesn't believe in magic, but sweet.
Does sweet. doesn't think that he really pulled that coin out
Dirty
of nowhere.
muggle, but sweet. Man, what's it like watching a Harry Potter movie with her?
Magic, that's not... No.
This would never happen.
That Sorting Hat's a robot.
Yeah, the school is like all a big farce. Is Hogwarts accredited?
Yeah, I guess I wonder what is there. Is there an international council that certifies wizarding colleges?
Do any of them get a degree? Like,
because they're only like 4, I think.
They're only like 4 wizarding schools.
Yep. Because I want to say there's one in America that didn't participate in the Tri-Wizard Cup or whatever.
Yeah.
But then the Durmstrang in Russia and whatever the one is in France.
Have any of the books ever taken place in any of those schools?
Nope.
No.
I mean, that would be interesting, but of course now J.K. Rowling is a total and complete piece of shit, and I won't contribute to her work any longer.
Yeah, she's definitely...
holy fuck.
Yeah, burned a bunch of fans.
I mean, watching all this stuff on TikTok about, like, retrospectively, like, looking back at all the shit that she did, like, yeah, we'll have one black character, Kingston. Okay, that's cool. So, one powerful black character. Okay. Shacklebolt. That's what you're going to name your one powerful black character? Yeah. Okay. And then 10 years after the fact, oh, by the way, Dumbledore's gay. Everything I remember that being controversial when that happened. And like, she couldn't do it during the actual talk about it while the books are going on. Didn't want to hurt her sales. Didn't want to actually take a stand on anything after the fact. Then, let's stick that in there.
Is there, there's nothing in the books that's like him sucking a dick or anything, right?
Oh yeah. But I mean, that's just
how wizards do,
man.
Yeah. Man, I gotta get this fucking potion going, man.
Potter, that's how you make. If you want the bees or Harry Potter. No, that's Felix Felicis. What else was I saying? I'm going to yell her anti-trans shit. Fuck J.K. Rowling forever and evermore.
Yeah. Pottermore.
Forever ever Pottermore. So the main stage show was a guy. He did a lot of coin tricks, a few card tricks. The only thing that I thought was really interesting was making a whole bottle of rum sort of disappear and reappear. That I had no clue. Like, that was impressive. But then
it's a shame Josh's ex wasn't there to tell you how.
She should have. I'm like, was that? Did he really do that or no? But on the way out, I messaged Paul, and Paul said, "There's a mentalist there who's really, really good." I was like, "Well, I'll try to find this guy." We did. By far better than the main stage show, better than anything we'd ever seen. Yeah. This guy was fucking great because he hands a D6 to me in a cup, and he's like, "Shake it up, look at it, count 1 to 6, and I'll tell you what number it is on that die."
So you're counting out loud?
I'm counting out loud. Yeah. So I roll, and it's like a 4. So I count
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's basically what he's listening
You're
for.
Right, sure.
So I tried to fuck with it, and he's like,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Because he's like, everybody tends to change their inflection on the
one
number
right before it,
before.
Because they're thinking about,
Yep.
Sure.
Yep. So he called, like, there were like 7 of us.
That's cool that he's telling
his
you.
Station. So that's what.
That he's telling you how it works,
Yep.
essentially. That's neat. Do you remember his name?
I don't remember his name.
Okay.
And then he handed Melissa a book. He's like, flip to a whatever page you want and look and pick out a word.
Okay.
Keep it in your head.
All right.
And then he did something where I was focusing on Melissa, but he did 2 other different things with 2 other people. And he's asking them questions as he goes through. And when he looks at Melissa, he's like, so you picked your word. Yes. Look me in the eye. Okay. So you picked a double word. You're being tricky. And Melissa was like, yes. Okay. All right. Did it start with an L? Yes. Loudspeaker. And she was like, how the fuck did he do that?
That's wild.
Because he asked, like, what everyone's area codes were.
Yeah.
And so, like, we told him, he was like, oh, that's Benton, Kentucky. Like, how the fuck he knew where everyone's area codes were. And
that's probably just he's got area codes memorized.
And I think
that's probably like, I'm a mentalist with a lot of free time on my hands.
I memorized all the local area codes.
Right.
So it was, and there was one lady who coincidentally just also had Melissa's same birthday, but she was very drunk. She was there by herself and very drunk. And you could tell, like, he had his show time down to the minute.
She was by herself?
Yep.
Like, people left her, is what it sounds like.
Probably.
Like, if you're a mentalist drunk alone,
yeah,
I don't think you...
I was going to go to a house of cards and get drunk by myself and accost magicians.
Right? I don't think that was, like, on your agenda when you woke up. That was, you pissed people off and they left you here.
So she came in by herself and sat, like, 2 chairs away from her, so I noticed her. And then she started ordering drinks. I didn't see her again until we found the mentalist, and like clearly she was fucking drunk. And she kept saying stuff and kept talking, and you tell the magician was very pissed off because he pulled his watch out and
Madam with the Dallas area code, please leave my show.
Yeah, because he asked all that information and then put in like a time on the watch and said a number that's only going to make sense to one of you. Put it face down, and then he went through his act, and then the time on the watch was the exact time it was. I wish I could remember, but it was something like that. But his show, what normally it was 1 minute off, because that lady kept talking, and
so it ruined
it ruined his finale.
Yeah,
and he was fucking pissed.
Like you could just
and he
tell.
Even said, "I was like, because she wouldn't stop fucking talking."
That's funny.
Yeah. But like, no, it was a great time. It was a fantastic date that she set up, and it was absolutely fantastic. Something very different we'd never done. Wonderful.
How was the lamb?
Great.
Good.
Fucking great. All the food was fucking amazing.
Cool.
And then we came back and just had like unbelievable sex. It was a great birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
I know, right?
That does sound like a pretty good birthday.
Mm-hmm.
I got some new games. I got Super Adventure Island because Infinite Collectibles, a joint here in town, our local collectible store, got a whole bunch of new Super Nintendo. Well, not new Super Nintendo games, but they got new stock in of old Super Nintendo games, and Super Adventure Island was one of them. So it's like, hell yeah, picked it up, and then
reasonably priced.
Yeah, I don't buy anything from them unless it's under like what's price charting has listed. It's weird because it's like they have Alien versus Predator, which I definitely want to buy, but it's like I think it's because they're a collectible store that deals with like, like busts and comics and stuff like that. I think they see Alien versus Predator and they're like, holy shit, collector's item, $10 more than listed on average on price charting, and it's like, nah, I'm not gonna do that.
Yep.
Like that's just dumb.
Can I interest you in an overpriced Alien versus Predator and a $600 Captain America zombie?
Right. So, but I mean, most of their stuff is under price charting values, so it's like I bought a couple other games and like Joe and Mac and Joe and Mac 2. I picked both of those up.
Shit.
We haven't even done Joe and Mac for the show yet.
Just Joe and Mac 2?
Just Joe and Mac 2. So it's like,
really?
Yeah. So it's like at least we have Joe and Mac to look forward to.
Well, damn, Joe and Mac. I like Joe and Mac 1 better than Joe and Mac 2. So why was that not on the list?
Well, we'll talk about that when we get to Joe and Mac. Because, I mean, I played both of them because I picked them up, and it's like I do the thing where it's like test them to make sure they work and then end up playing them for hours kind of deal.
Joe and Mac is so good.
Joe and Mac's really good. I've got like really good memories of playing Joe and Mac in the like not in the arcade, but on an arcade cabinet, like in front of Kmart or something with cousin David. That
might have been the first game I ever rented.
Yeah, for the Super Nintendo?
Yep.
Man. Yeah, Joe and Mac, good game. So I played both of them, and so I definitely was able to compare them. And then I got Shadowrun. I bought Shadowrun from Gamebug Prime Nate. That's been on my list for like a long time. And then like everything got super expensive, so it was like, well, I guess I'm going to put off getting Shadowrun. But Nate got a copy, and he posted some stuff that he got, some carts that he got on Discord. And I was like, hey man, if you ever want to, get rid of that Shadowrun, let me know, because I'm looking for a copy. And he cut me a pre-COVID price on it.
All
so yeah, it was very nice. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I've been up to besides being sick.
Yeah. Well, I guess I don't really have anything. Well, I guess I should say that I am alone now. Everyone left today. Our schedule with you being sick, we recorded on Tuesday, published on Wednesday. Our new recording date being Thursday. So we weren't ready to turn back around and record in 2 days. So now we're recording on Saturday.
Right.
Which also, as of today, Saturday, my family is gone. They've left me.
They left you.
Left me like a dog.
Well, dogs usually get to go to like a kennel or something.
Yeah, but
unless they left you here with Ian. Ian's going to watch
true.
you.
So Jack has he has a sort of we want to get him into this 3-month intensive program in Orlando for his, basically to get him off the G-tube, which he's getting better every day when it comes to eating. Like he'll eat all sorts of crunchy things. Now he'll eat the cream out of an Oreo, which is a new texture for him that he seems to like. He's drinking a lot more than he was before. So I think it's definitely feel good about it. So getting him in a very structured, high success program, but he has to go down there and make sure he meets all the requirements, that they can work with them. So Melissa took...
I can't work with this kid. He won't even eat the cookie part of an Oreo.
Yeah, just the cream.
Who the hell does he think he is?
So I wasn't able to get off work. So she went, her dad and stepmom went with her, and all the girls and Kenna, and they all went to Orlando for Jack to do the part of this program to see if he can get in. And they decided to turn it into a little vacation before school starts.
Yeah.
So they're gone for a week. Yeah, much faster than I thought it was going to. But so yeah, they're gone, and I'm here, and I'm going to make sure I do a lot of projects and a lot of online schoolwork.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's sad. I went back in the house, and it was like, man, it's never quiet. This is really
Man, you're not even enjoying the first day. Yeah. You're already in the sadness.
Yeah.
Whenever Nikki and Henry go somewhere, like the first day is like, holy shit, this was awesome. I love this. And I do. It's just like, man, this is fucking great. I don't have to do anything. I can do whatever I want. And then the second day, I'm again like that. And then the third day, I'm like, I wonder when they're going to come home. Oh, well, I mean.
I'm done now. It's not fun anymore.
I mean, it's still kind of fun. I'm a kind of person who like really, really treasures my completely alone time. Yeah, that's good time for me.
Oh, I guess I nearly forgot. We do have a package.
Yeah? What we got?
All right, here's a letter.
It came into the ye old P.O. box.
Ye old P.O. box. Dear motherfucking Tadpog, it's your boy, Mitch.
It's your boy.
Been trying to get this homemade Kahlua to you guys for a while now, as Tyler knows. Well, here it is, courtesy of my dad, Kahlua Emperor Joe. He'll love that, lol. He is a chef in his own right, and you should know it's just as potent as it is delicious. You can even try to drink it without being mixed with coffee or milk. Try it all 3 ways and let us know what you think of the drink. I force him to listen to the show in the car every time I need to take him somewhere.
I'm sure he loves it. People love it when you force him to listen to shit.
Don't work too hard, Tyler and Dave. The show is amazing, and just know I work 50 hours a week, and you guys are in my ears for most of that.
That's a long work week.
That's how good your backlog is and all. Love, your boy Mitch. Running out of ink. So it's super light, and he colored some portions in.
Did he write running out of ink?
Yeah, at the very bottom.
Yeah, that's great. Well, cool. Thanks, Mitch. What you didn't say what your dad thought of the show. You don't work too hard either, man. 50 hours a week, that's no joke.
All right. So here, plastic wrapped in what looks like it was used to wrap up disposable styrofoam bowls from the dollar store.
Okay.
I appreciate your inventive use of packaging. Barefoot Riesling.
That looks like wine. Yeah. You want to get wine drunk?
We could do that.
Wine drunk's pretty fun.
Oh, no, I guess he just reused the bottle.
Oh, okay. All right.
So this is...
Wine hangovers are bad, but the wine drunk is fun.
Yeah, I think I've never had a wine hangover.
It's not good.
So here is homemade Kahlua that we can add coffee or milk to.
All right, awesome.
So save that and make little drinks to go with our spicy foods.
So that sounds good on the totally gonna happen Patreon video. What if it's a troll and that's actually wine and we end up pouring wine into
Or it's
our
like
coffee?
his cum that he saved up for 6 months.
Well-
Or no, it's homemade Kahlua.
Well, I'm not drinking that.
I just drank nothing but coffee and milk for 6 months and jerked off into a bottle.
Yeah, you just made it to where I'm not going to drink that. That is what you just did. What's our P.O. box? If anybody wants to send us some stuff.
That is TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole Nance, P.O. Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002.
Nice. I'm really glad you have that memorized because I don't have it like memorized at all.
Well, it was on my part of our papers that we used to read.
Right.
So.
Yeah, that's true. Mitch, thanks for the cum in a bottle that I'm totally not going to drink.
I mean, it might be good. Depends on how,
How do you think
the most delicious cum or not? I don't know.
Is that a contest held annually? Who has the most delicious cum contest?
Every year at prom is what we're going to do.
There's like a panel of judges. How do you do that? Straight from the tap or like?
That would be ridiculous to do it from the tap. That'd be embarrassing. So
Would it? I mean,
did you get messages about wanting to see a TMU Go Corpses T-shirt?
no, I didn't. Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, people knew better than
I would
bother me
totally
about
buy
that.
a TMU Yeah, I'm about to say, you can throw your wishes at me.
Yeah.
Shit in one hand and wish in the other.
I already said on the show that I'm not doing it, that it was you.
But I'll do it.
So,
I'll do it in pain. It'll be wonderful.
let's fucking go, man. I want to see it. I'm excited.
So you have an award-winning graphic designer on your show, but the chef designed your shirts? Yeah.
Does he
You won't find that anywhere else.
Does he not like his job or something? Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, you fucking nailed it.
I don't blame you at all.
You know, creative jobs are fun and all, but the fantasy is work in a factory that punches squares out of sheet metal or something, where it's like someone comes around and they're like, "Are these squares?" They are. Good job. And then they move on to the next fucking thing, as opposed to being like, well, I don't know about the material on these squares. Could we see it in 45 different versions? And no, I didn't really like any of those. You know what? We changed our mind. We want to do circles.
Yep.
Yeah. So I do daydream about a job where it's just punch squares out of a fucking sheet of metal.
I've liked enough videos that I'm on a little bit of graphic design TikTok. So I'll see basically all the videos where it's just working with clients is fucking awful. So it's just well, for all the work that you've quoted, here's the bill. Oh, that's very expensive. Can we do half that? Sure, I can half that for half the work if you want to do that. But I want to see, all right, well, how about for half the work, and you can make it less complicated, but I want to see it 6 different ways. No, again.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. It would be a better situation if there were a CSM or something like that, where it's just someone handles all that and then essentially gives me a spec, and it's okay, this is all settled. There's going to be no backtracking on this.
Instead, you're having to deal with them face to face. You have to deal with them and them constantly changing their mind and just going directly to you instead of a salesperson sitting it down, iron it out, sign this. Okay, we'll have that to you.
Right. Yeah. And of course, I mean, it's like you said, everyone gets mad when it's over budget, but it's it's over budget because I literally designed this thing 3 times because the thing you told me you wanted to begin with wasn't actually the thing that you wanted. You just needed to see the thing that you didn't want, and then you're like, "Nah, I don't want to do that. Let me change it entirely." So yeah, that's pretty much.
And then I know no one really also respects the creative, and then wants something for nothing. It's just a drawing. It's just a thing you've done on a computer. Not thinking about the hours it took you to learn it and put it together and do it. I get it.
Yeah.
I
know that you do. I mean, you work in an industry that's, similar. You know what I mean? There's some overlap there.
Yeah.
I feel like. So yeah.
How people say they want their food and then you give it to them and they don't like.
They don't want it. Then I don't want it that way. Actually, turns out.
Free. This is free now.
Yeah. So it is there are definitely days where it's man. I just go somewhere and be like, all right, man, You got to punch 1,500 squares out of this sheet. All right. And then I can go home? Yep.
Like that angry biker lady, the very first table I ever waited on in college. Oh, my eggs flipped. You want your eggs flipped? Yeah.
Like how? What does that mean?
They talk to the cook.
Like over easy?
I don't know. Flipped? What does that mean? I don't know, and they can't tell me. Okay. So I remember like she tried making eggs over easy. Nope. That wasn't right. Send them back. They're supposed to be on top of each other. Oh, okay. So then she makes it sunny side up, turns them over on top of each other. More pissed. That's not how it is. They're flipped and on top of each other. Okay.
Can you draw a picture, ma'am?
I still, to this day, I do not have any clue. We remade eggs like 5 times to this lady before she just said, whatever, ate it and left super pissed. Like, if you are that particular, don't go out and eat. Just make your eggs at home however you want.
Or if you're that particular, like, be able to articulate what that is. Yeah. You know? It's like, if that's the only way you eat your eggs, like, you should know how to describe that.
Yeah.
Like, what is this her experience at every fucking restaurant she orders eggs? Flip them.
No, read my mind, asshole. Or that was pretty bad. And then the lady who, when I managed that restaurant in Alexandria, I remember her coming in and she told me how much she liked whatever dish they had. She was like the last table. We had to go over closing because they were still there. So I remembered this lady. So then she comes back the next day. Hey, do you remember me from last night? Yeah. Okay, well, I didn't have my coupon with me.
Give me $5.
Yes. Here's the coupon I meant to use. I'll take that in cash. And it was like,
ma'am, it says no cash value on this coupon.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was like $1.10 maybe.
Did you just give her $1.10?
No, I couldn't. Like,
no, I'm like out of your pocket. Like here,
if I would have had it, I probably would have.
Like Assassin's Creed, you just fucking sprinkle some coins on the ground.
I mean, because I went back and forth with her, like, ma'am, I can't do that. Like, if you want to order something and use that coupon now, I'm happy to do it.
Sure.
And nope, I would have used this last night. You remember me. I would have used this, so I want this.
Then why didn't you?
Yeah, because in my head I'm like, if I were to buy a bunch of groceries at Kroger and then show up the next day with coupons,
right?
And she didn't have a receipt with her anyway.
Or they'd be like going to Kroger and like
I forgot these. These came out on your sale today. I want to use these for the groceries I bought yesterday.
Showed up a week later. This milk expired a week ago. I'd like a refund.
Give me my money back. Here's a coupon, so give me more money back.
Sir, is this a very large amount of money? Not at all.
Eventually, I mean, she would not stop and would not leave me alone. So I passed the buck to the owner, who argued with her until she finally just
passed
left.
The buck 10.
Yeah, passed the buck 10 over to him.
Yeah, fun. Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, man, people.
Yeah. Never fucking forget that lady. Ever.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the cadaver shirts.
It'd be real nice.
I really appreciate nobody sending me a single fucking message about that. You guys are fucking great.
They know.
Super Adventure Island.
Super Adventure Island.
You want to talk about it?
Yeah. You hear that, Dave?
No.
Okay. Me either. That's how quiet the air conditioning is.
You want to do a Wikipedia thing? We can do that.
Sure.
We can do that. Let me open up a Wikipedia thing. I do hear that, which sounds like the cool, silent, refreshing breeze of a whatever air conditioning unit that is.
Sycan?
Thank you, Saito Sycan.
Sycan. That's my next D&D villain.
I do like that. Or like your what is the dream movie? Inception.
Yeah.
Is that the name of the villain in Inception? Saito Sycan.
Saito.
Super Adventure Island, or as it's known in Japan, Takahashi Meijin no Daibokenjima, or literally translates to Master Takahashi's Great Adventure Island, is a side-scrolling platform game by Hudson Soft, released for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System in 1992. That's like a year after this bad boy Super Nintendo came out. It was later re-released for the Wii's Virtual Console in 2011. It was the first Adventure Island game released for the SNES, and it came out between Adventure Island 2 on the NES and Adventure Island 3 on the NES. It was later followed by Super Adventure Island 2, which our next episode is going to be on. And the game's soundtrack was composed by Yuzo Koshiro. And that's all that I have to say about Super Adventure Island. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Koshiro is mostly known for the Streets of Rage soundtrack.
Okay.
With the house music, which doesn't really appear in Super Adventure Island. I think the music in this game is really good. Mm-hmm. It is wildly out of place at times, but I think it's really good. There is a part in the game where a whale eats you out of nowhere, and then you're
just full Jonah's you.
Yeah, and then you're inside the whale swimming in its whale guts. And I swear to you, the music is like Cinemax at 11 o'clock. Like it is soft-core porn.
Yeah, well, you're getting
music.
them wet insides.
You are getting the wet insides. That is true. That is true.
Painting that whale's insides with your boomerangs.
Gross. Your boomer wangs.
Nice. My dad's got one of those.
So do we.
We've got millennial wangs.
Zennial wangs. Look, man, if you're outside of the 20s, you're a boomer. That's just how that works, I think. There's also some like really good music that doesn't make sense in the desert, where there's a reggae track, and it very much feels.
The desert was weird. It felt like. What is the game we played recently? I felt like I was playing that again. Turrican, maybe.
Like Turrican, because it's all like an army base looking kind of.
Yeah, it did. It looked like a weird desert army base almost that you're running through.
With the music and that like army base thing, I literally was like, are they trying to do like a Clash? Kind of like, is this like a reference to like Rock the Casbah? Like what is going on here? But I mean, other than that, like the individual tracks, I feel like are pretty good. They just don't really fit the game that well. So we said this earlier, but like I used to rent Adventure Island for the NES a lot.
I liked it.
It was kind of what held me over a little bit between Super Mario Brothers 2 and Super Mario Brothers 3, because it was like, I like this style of game, fat dudes with a mustache running on platforms. Mm-hmm. That's kind of my genre. So
I mean, the ever popular caveman platformer for the Super Nintendo.
So I mean, like Adventure Island for the NES was like a hit for me, because you've got Master Higgins, the main protagonist, who is essentially Mario without a shirt, and a grass skirt and a trucker hat. And he moves from left to right, throwing axes and boomerangs. And eating fruit, which is like, so that's the thing that they carry over into Super Adventure Island. So like in Adventure Island, there's a time limit on every level. Mm-hmm. That time limit, it's a hunger meter, which
he has the fastest fucking metabolism in the world.
You wouldn't know it by looking at him, but like, yes, he does. But it's like, to regain time, you eat fruit.
Yep.
So you got like bananas and pineapples and grapes and like that stuff.
Kiwis.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, this is cool. But like, I remember as a kid being like, how cool is it that there is like, instead of a timer, you have like a hunger meter. And now as an adult, I'm like, this is literally a timer. And instead of little clocks that you pick up to refill the timer, you're just picking up fruit.
Yep.
But you have to pick it up constantly. I guess that's
constantly.
That's kind of the thing.
It is a short meter. Yeah.
It is a short meter. And like if you like bump into rocks, like trip over rocks and stuff, that meter will shrink. Like it'll take a chunk of food off your meter. If you get hit by anything else, you're dead.
You're dead. One hit.
You're one hit and you're done. Unless you're on a skateboard. That gives you a hit, one free hit. It removes the skateboard, and then you're back on your feet. Or in the NES games, like 2 and 3, they had little dinosaurs that you could ride. And man, that was a big selling point for me as a kid, these dinosaurs, because like it was so weird the way it worked, because they had like playing card suits. Like they had hearts and diamonds and spades and clubs. And it's like you would pick one of those up, and it's like each one of those corresponded to like a dinosaur type, where it's like one of them was a fire dinosaur.
I never saw these games.
Oh man, they're really good. They are really good. I do highly recommend you to at least check them out. So it's like one of the dinosaurs was a fire-based dinosaur, and what that meant was it could breathe fire, so it could shoot fire from its mouth to kill enemies, and you were immune to lava. So it's like if it was a level that was like had a bunch of lava in it, pick the fire dinosaur at the beginning, because it kind of had a system where it's like if you picked up a power up during a level and then made it to the end with that power up, you could bank it.
Oh, that's very cool.
So at the beginning of each level, you could kind of like take a look of all the extra stuff that you had left over, where it's like, okay, well, I can load up with a boomerang and a fire dinosaur because this is a fire level. Let's go. So they had like a plesiosaurus, like a water dinosaur to help you in the swimming levels. They had like a roly triceratops and like a whole bunch of stuff that's just like kind of like fun little extras that are really nice power-ups. They strip that from Super Adventure Island. That does not exist in Super Adventure Island, which is a bummer because it came out after Adventure Island 2 on the NES.
Super Adventure Island is pretty basic.
It is very basic.
It's pretty basic, pretty plain Jane. That being said, I did like it. I did beat it.
I liked it too. I also beat it. The first time I beat it with level skip codes, and then today I beat it straight through.
And it's, half an hour maybe.
It took me longer than that, yeah. But
it's a middling. Later on there are some challenging levels, but I think all in all, it's not that big of a challenge. That golden dragon boss that frustrated me for a little while.
Oh, you're talking about the stage 3 boss that is like the Battletoads snake level?
Yeah.
Where you have to, like, he pops out and you have to ride on him as you're hitting his head.
Well, I didn't know I had to hit his head, so I just rode around on him for a long time until I was nearly out of time, and then just unloaded on him and killed him at the last possible second.
You did it.
I did it, but I died to lava coming out of all these holes, and then
because he doesn't attack you directly,
right?
I think it's a cool idea for a boss fight.
It's a cool idea, and then this game does have more leaps of faith than I like.
Yeah,
and for him, it was a lot of those trying to either he turn left, turn right, somewhere down there you don't know.
Yeah,
if you get a little bit behind, like if you have to wait for lava to fall down out of a hole.
I agree. I don't think it's full of them, but it has its share of them, and that is not. This is not like a. I'm not defending the series, but it's like I feel like on the whole that series doesn't really have a whole bunch of that in it.
Yeah.
So it does kind of suck to see that in a boss fight. But then again, in the NES versions, the boss fights are all very straightforward. Like the boss fights in this game are probably more epic than any of the boss fights on the NES.
Yeah.
Like you've got like the bosses in Super Adventure Island, they're big. They have different mechanics. Like I feel like on the NES, they're small and they kind of like do the thing where it's like, okay, they start at the left and then they fly over to the right, and that's their only pattern. And then they kind of repeat that. The Super Nintendo, like Super Adventure Island has the underwater squid boss that like he covers himself with his arm and then he'll lower his arm. And as he does that, he spits out like fish enemies that come after you.
Yeah. Then he has like spikes above, like these little spiny fish above him so you can't.
Right.
Because like feel like, so you get boomerangs and you get axes. Axes, they arc up and fall down, and then the boomerangs pretty much you can aim them any direction and they go so far and then come back to you.
And it's nice because they home right back to you.
Yep.
It's not like you throw one and if you're not on the trajectory that the boomerang is, you lose it. No matter where you are. It's a magical boomerang.
Yep. And you can collect more, and it makes more projectiles and it resets if you get hit. But so if you get 3 boomerangs, you can throw 3 boomerangs at once, they come back to you. And then I don't know if you collect a 4th one, they turn pink.
They turn into fire. Yeah.
Okay.
Which the fire stuff is really good because like that squid boss I was just talking about, if you have like fire axes and when he raises his arm, it normally blocks like regular attacks. But if it's fire, it just goes right through it.
Ah, okay. Because I died before. Excited to die and reset because basically on all the normal levels, you want the boomerang. For the bosses, you want the axes. I feel like, and then there's almost an axe right before you get to a boss for you to pick it up, because all those bosses are much easier. Playing the levels with an axe sucks. Playing a boss with a boomerang sucks. So I feel like that's kind of the way it's set up. But yeah, if you have like 3 flaming boomerangs or 3 flaming hammers, yeah, you're right. It's very nice. And then you have to change over. The first boss was like, he almost looked like the Neko cat, the lucky cat with the paw that comes down.
Like if you fucked Olmec.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I like ran up to him and I like hit dead. I remember I was shocked at how quickly and easily the first boss died.
Is that when you figured out the super jump? Because that's something that they've added in this game.
The super jump I didn't figure out. I feel like it was after him.
So you just killed him really fast.
Yeah.
Okay. Did he spit any of his fire onto the ground?
No.
Okay.
I just ran straight up and just dead.
Okay. Because he, like, the way he works is, because he's a giant boss, kind of fills the screen, and he'll open his mouth and vomit out lava, and that lava turns into like a wall of fire, like a wave of fire that comes at you, and you have to jump over it. And the way you have to jump over it is you have to use a super jump, which is new to the series, because, like, as far as I know, that didn't exist in any of the Adventure Islands on the NES.
Yeah.
And it's like, this sucks, because it's fine if you want to have a super jump, but, like, the way you perform it, this is a 2-button game, essentially.
Yep.
You got a jump button, and you got a fucking throw weapon button. And then you have your D-pad that you just control, your directions with.
Yep.
So it's like, in order to do a super jump, instead of, I don't know, pressing fucking X or Y or open button, you press down and jump.
Yep.
And it's like,
Took me a while to figure that out.
it sucks because it's like, but now all of a sudden I'm losing control on left and right because I'm also having to press down. If I could just press Y in a direction, we're fine. But, like, yeah, if you don't kill that boss immediately, the Olmec Lucky Kitty boss,
Yeah.
dodging the fire is, like, always makes me nervous because it's like, fuck, man, if I don't, like, do this jump perfectly, I'm going to get hit by the fire and die and have to restart the whole stage prior.
Yeah.
Because when you die to a boss, you have to play through the level that you played to get to the boss. And that's an Adventure Island staple, too. That's not new to Super Adventure Island. Not a super great choice, in my opinion, but a choice of the time.
Because that's the first boss, and then as soon as you beat him, then it shows you in like a little rowboat, just sitting in a rowboat in the middle of open ocean, and then Mode 7 whale swallows you up.
What's the name of the whale from Pinocchio?
Monstro?
Monstro?
Yeah.
Because that's what he looks like.
Yeah, he does. You're right.
He looks like Monstro.
Because you're right, then you play through where you're a swimming level inside him, and then the boss is the octopus with the spiky arm shield.
Right.
Gave me a little bit of trouble. I had to have axes. I mean, you can't do it with
boomerang. Fuck that
can't
noise.
do it.
Yeah. And they're really nice about the power-ups, too. It's not one of those games where it's like, if you have like, say your axe is fully powered up and you're throwing fire axes, it's not one of those games where it's like, if you pick up boomerangs, it starts you at base level boomerang.
Because you can't avoid getting the power up some of the times.
Right. Which I thought was really nice and, like, very rare for a game of its time, because there are so many games that we played, whether either platformers or like side-scrolling shooters, where it's like, oh, you picked up the thing, you picked up a power-up, you didn't mean to. Well, you're kind of fucked. Sorry about that. Shouldn't have done that.
Because we're Castlevania and Ghosts and Goblins. You're fucked.
Right. Yeah, man. It's real bad at Ghosts and Goblins.
No. There's a torch on top of this ladder.
Right.
Sorry. You're fucked.
Yeah. Does it always spawn there? Yeah. I mean, if you jump a certain way, yeah.
Does it despawn?
No. So at least Super Adventure Island is very polite in that regard.
Because and then I think after that, then you're on you go to a winter level.
The desert. You do the desert.
Oh, the desert.
Or forest. There's a forest where it's like a vertical
scrolling. You climb along that fucking tall-ass tree.
And you have to have the boomerang. Like, you got to have the boomerang.
So many birds and bugs and shit all over the place. Yeah. Hidden fruit, because, like, there's not much fruit on the way up. You have to throw your axe or uncover fruit to keep your timer up to make it to the top.
And there are also, like, secret levels, too. As far as I know, in every level, there's a secret level that you can discover.
with a little star that you collect.
Yeah.
I collected that 2 or 3 times and immediately died.
Yeah.
Each time. Like I'd figure out a new thing every time, but not enough for me to stay more than 2 seconds.
As far as I know, like the secret levels are all like trampoline based, where it's
Yep.
like there's no ground and you have to jump on trampoline from trampoline to trampoline to trampoline to trampoline. And if you collect all the items that are between the trampolines, a 1-up appears and you collect that, and then you're
Which is not, if you get fruit, you get plenty of 1-ups. So it's not.
you get a 1-up every 50,000 points, which is really nice.
Yeah.
Because I mean you're collecting fruit anyway because you want that timer to be full.
Yeah. So there are a lot of, it has its challenging spots, but it's pretty forgiving. So I don't think it's,
I think you're a Super Adventure Island savant, is what I think.
Oh, you thought it was pretty difficult?
I mean, it took you 30 minutes. It took me 3 hours on stream with level select. And then today I was able to probably play through the entirety of it without level skip in like an hour.
Oh.
So yeah, I think you might be a Super Adventure
Well, maybe
Island
I'm
savant.
probably not thinking about time correctly then.
Oh, well, I mean, fuck, man, I don't know. I'm just impressed that you got through it that fast. I think the speed run, because I looked today, I was like, I got through this in an hour. I'm sure that's not even on the leaderboard, but like, what's the record time for this? It's like 16 minutes.
Damn. Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty fucking good.
It's not very fast. That's a complaint of mine. I would recommend, honestly, any of the NES Adventure Islands over this one because
It's like they didn't want to. It's like they were doing it new on the Super Nintendo, but didn't really want to jump in whole hog with it. It's like they
which is
held
weird.
back.
It's
weird.
very weird, and I don't know if they wanted a different experience or what the decisions were.
It almost feels unfinished. It's kind of, I don't know. It felt a little empty to me, empty and basic with the same few types of enemies.
Definitely basic.
So palette swapped eels and
Walruses.
and
You want a brown walrus or a gray walrus? We got them both.
Yeah. Here's a dragon with shades coming out on a balloon.
Yeah.
Here's a penguin who does an E Honda move at you.
Yeah, I hate those
It can
penguins.
come from behind you.
Yeah, that's what I hate about them.
Here's an animated candle.
Yeah, he'll shoot flame out. Also,
You want to fight Lumiere? Fucking fight Lumiere. Here you go.
you've always wanted that, right? Lumiere for Smash, confirmed.
No, I wanted to fight Cogsworth, not Lumiere. I like Lumiere. Fuck Cogsworth.
Yeah. Lumiere, more charismatic. I think Cogsworth is probably like the better person.
Yeah, the lawful person.
Lumiere's got like some rapey vibes.
Yeah. Yeah. Be our guest. I will put the roof in your drink.
While you sleep, I fondle your chest.
Pour my hands all over your tits. I don't even have a dick. I get nothing out of this.
You don't know he doesn't have a dick.
It's true. I make one with wax.
Do you have the Lumiere amiibo? Have you looked underneath? What was the Disney amiibo shit? Skylanders or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
Was there a Lumiere?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Mommy, what's this rapey candle?
This candle with a dick.
Every time I put it on the stand, it says Kevin Spacey things. In French.
It wants a picture of me and your credit card number.
It keeps asking me who was president in 1984. I don't understand. When I couldn't answer, I got real excited. But yeah, the game Super Adventure Island's too slow. There's no run button.
Who wrote Take On Me? I don't even know what that is.
There's like, I don't know. Adventure Island's always fun to me because like it's like Mario where you can just hold down the fucking attack button and you run and you go really fast. And like there are times where it's like playing the Game Boy versions, it was fun to be like, I'm not going to have a weapon. I'm just going to try to like platform, jump my way through this and not even attack anything, see if it's possible. And it like always is possible. And it's fun to just go through as fast as you can. So like not having a run option, like having just your base ass speed, really doesn't feel good in this game.
Yeah.
It feels like it needs to have a run button. You got to be able to run.
Something.
It doesn't feel like Adventure Island. Also, your items aren't coming out of giant eggs. What the fuck? Giant eggs. That's like a big Adventure Island thing where it's like, I remember being a kid and being like, a fucking skateboard just came out of a giant egg. What the fuck? This game is awesome. This game doesn't do it. This game's just like, here's your skateboard.
You just found, oh, look on the ground, a skateboard.
It's a skateboard.
With a helmet and knee pads and elbow pads.
Right. I'm Tony Hawk. Look at me. I'm not Jared from Subway. I'm Tony Hawk from Subway. Look at me. I'm flying in the air. I don't molest kids that we know of yet. Quick. Who was president in 1996? Who Socks the Cat?
Yeah, Socks the Cat. We need to do that pretty soon. Because there's the next boss, the golden skulled skeleton with a lightsaber.
Yeah, which I think is a reference to the first final boss in Adventure Island, because the first boss in Adventure Island is like a rhino man. Mm-hmm. This boss with a lightsaber, totally Darth Vader, but with like a rhinoceros skeleton. Like his like skull is like a rhino skull. So it's like, are they trying to like make a callback to the first game? I don't know. But this is actually a boss that I think you do want the boomerang for, because like...
Oh, I'd have the axes again. Really? I couldn't do it with the boomerang because I had to, once he'd swing down at me, then just jump back and I could throw and arc the axes over his sword and hit him.
What I would try to do is space it just perfectly so like when he swings the saber down, there's like a couple pixels difference between me and it, and I just jump and then
up
throw
and throw them straight
a bunch of times.
Thanks to that, yeah.
And then the final boss is like, after you play through like a winter stage, the final boss is essentially
then a castle stage where, you know, you barely see anything.
Right. Oh yeah, and the story of this game is Master Higgins' girlfriend, they were hanging out in a tree, and then like Orko from He-Man showed up and turned her to stone.
Yep.
And then you go and try to kill him.
Got to unstone her. Yeah, you got to kill this little thing in a purple cloak.
Right.
That you throw. It's very easy, the first form.
Right.
You throw a bunch of boomerangs or axes at him.
I mean, I guess it is. I mean, I had trouble the first time because he's got like a couple different patterns. If you're like going in there with like full firepower, yeah, he's pretty easy. But if like you're going in with like a base weapon.
Oh, base like one axe or one boomerang? Yeah, that's true.
It gets kind of tough because like he has different modes where like, and you have to like know the tells where it's like if he giggles at you before he charges, he's gonna jump over you. If he doesn't, he's gonna run straight for you, and you have to jump over him. And it's like if you don't know that, you have to learn that stuff. Unless you're right, like if you go in with like fully upgraded shit,
yeah, because I had the fire boomerang when I got to him, and it was just dead.
Man, you are a super Adventure Island savant.
He vomited. Like he will comically pull down his hood and have his head come out and barf 3 flames at you.
Right, and that'll turn you to stone.
Yeah,
which I think is interesting.
You can wriggle out of it.
Yeah.
I think he did it to me once, and then I basically killed him. And then he turns into this really huge demon. The demon killed me a lot.
Yeah,
a lot before I finally saw. Oh, the floor is changing color when he hits it. This is a Mario 3 thing.
Bowser fight, yeah, from Mario 3. Except it's harder. It's harder because he's huge. Yeah, I mean, it's like he turns into like a pink tapir, essentially, with like wings, and like he'll fly, and like he legitimately covers a third of the screen.
Yeah,
and it's like in order to kill him, like you said, you got to weaken the floor, but it's like you got to weaken that whole portion. His whole big old fat body has to fit down there. Like
several
times. If there's like one single block remaining, he's not gonna die.
Yep.
So it's like,
you being able to get quick enough to get out from under him to make it to a platform. Like I did die in that last one a lot.
It's a tough fight. It is a tough fight.
Even then, I won. When I finally won, I won by a split fucking second.
Yeah.
Because he had pounded. And I saw he was going up. I was like, well, if I can barely get on this one square, I'll be okay. So I ran and jumped, missed the platform just barely. So I was almost about to hit the lava. But once he got under it and started to fall down,
you got the...
It gave me the win.
Yeah.
And I froze in place.
Nice.
So he didn't actually have to touch the lava. He just had to have the code C's clearance for the things.
Right.
I froze and he just caught fire and slowly sunk into it. Like I literally won by like a split fucking second.
It's a tough boss. He took me a long time to figure out. I had to replay that level a bunch of times just because it was like, and it was fun figuring out with chat because I mean it was like, you know, it was fun because it was like, all right, well, how are we gonna, you know, you get in there the first time and it's like, what the hell is happening? Like I didn't expect this. And then, like, yeah, you start just going from there, and it's like, all right, let's try this, let's try that. Got to figure out the timing on, like, okay, he flaps his wings 4 times, and then you got to run out of the way kind of deal. So, yeah, it was fun.
Oh, we up at there's a minecart level.
There's a minecart level. Yeah, the staple in the 90s.
Which you can jump out, and it won't run over and kill you, just runs over you and picks you right back up.
It's honestly probably one of the most forgiving minecart levels.
Minecart levels are usually so fucking hard. I think it is the most forgiving minecart level.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know if it was they were trying to attract a newer, I don't know. This just feels very different.
It does
feel
different.
Other ones.
Not like, I don't know, not crazy different. Like it doesn't, to me, it doesn't feel like, oh, this was not a Super Adventure Island game that at the last minute we decided to make a Super Adventure Island game.
Yeah.
It just seems like.
I feel like it looks good.
It does. No, I think it's a beautiful looking game. I think it sounds good. I think it's got a lot of good things. I think it's a good game. I go so far to say I think it's a good game.
I'm with you.
It just didn't like really hit like a Adventure Island game hits.
Yeah.
Because of like the things that I mentioned. You need a run, get rid of the super jump, and put eggs in it. You do those 3 things for me, and then all of a sudden I feel like we got a game. It's also crazy short because it's like there are 5 areas and there are 3 levels in those 5. There's 15 stages in this game.
Yep.
And it's
they're not very long.
They're not very long, and it's like an event.
This is definitely a rental. 100%.
It's totally a rental. You could beat this in a weekend.
Yep.
Easy. And it's like a regular Adventure Island game was comparable, I feel like, to like a Mario, where it had like 32 to 40 kind of levels. And also Adventure Island games typically have a world map where you can like move around Super Mario World style. This doesn't have that. I mean, it just feels like it would have been nice if it could have like baked a little longer.
Yeah, or I don't know if it was like they were designing a different game and then the deadline came due. So like, all right, we'll throw some polish on it and we'll put it out. Like it does. It feels, I don't know, to me, it almost feels undone.
Totally. I mean, yeah, for sure. It feels a little unfinished. But it's weird to say that because it has a lot of polish.
It's still good.
It still looks good. It still sounds good. It has a lot of polish. It just doesn't have a lot of content.
Yeah, I feel like it's almost like granted there are way more levels than Smart Ball, but it reminded me of playing Smart Ball.
Yeah.
Where it's just it looks much better than Smart Ball, but
I like Smart Ball.
It's a very basic platformer with projectiles.
Yeah. I like Smart Ball. I thought that was a good game. I liked it enough to finish it.
Yeah.
And the same with Super Adventure Island. I liked it enough to finish it twice. I'd play through it again.
Yeah, no, not a bad game at all.
Don't regret buying it. It's one of those where it's like, all right, this was like, okay, I feel like good having this in my library as opposed to having just a game just to have it in the library. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Do you have any achievements for this game?
I have a few achievements that came in from Twitch chat. The first of which is Penguin Jinkum, which is a TADPOG deep cut. In order to unlock Penguin Jinkum, avoid being hit by any penguins by staying too high for those flightless monstrosities, which totally do launch themselves at you, like you said, E-Honda style.
Yep.
That came from Backlog Banisher Dave. Is what was entered. But I'm assuming Dane.
Yep.
He's slowly becoming me. So when I die, you and him can write
bring him on board.
audio letters to me in the afterlife. Next achievement is It's Amazing Fruit. In order to unlock It's Amazing Fruit, collect all the hidden fruit. That came in from Zal, which I wanted to include because Zal is great and also because the Amazing Fruit gummy bears or commercials were the worst fucking commercials. I hated them. They played constantly in the afternoon on Nickelodeon to the point where it's like maybe the first couple times I was like, okay, this is kind of fun, little cartoon, little gummy bears. But I swear to you, by the end of like the first day, Amazing Fruit was like, all right, we got $1 million and we're going to put them all in one summer. There you go. Yeah. Enjoy enjoy all your fucking like shows brought to you by Amazing Fruit. It's like YouTube where it's like, all right, thanks for showing me the same fucking ad again and again and again. Yep. I'm really close to getting a YouTube subscription. Like,
I'm glad I have one. I watch YouTube way more than anything else, so I enjoy having my subscription.
I do too now, which is weird. I didn't really think it was going to work that way, but it's nice to kind of just watch like a 7-minute thing here and then move on and then come back and watch like another 10-minute thing.
And there's longer stuff if you want. Right. You can do it for research. You do it just to enjoy watching something. You have your subscriptions. Like you can listen to music and be able to turn your phone off.
Yeah.
While you have the
I guess I could cancel Spotify and like make up the difference with YouTube.
Yeah.
I really do like Spotify though. So like, how does it work? Do you need like a fucking like account? Do you need to pay for every single fucking account? Like, because Henry's got an account, Nikki's got an account.
You can do a family plan for like a few bucks more.
Okay.
Have like everybody.
Because like when Henry like when I see him pick up the Xbox controller, I'm like, no. You watch YouTube on the PlayStation. I watch YouTube on the Xbox. Do not fuck with my algorithm. Do not fuck with my algorithm.
Since I don't have ads, that's what Jack and Kendall will use. So yeah, my algorithm is pretty weird.
Because it's like, I'm to the point now where
it's like Games Done Quickly, David Pakman, Stephen Colbert, Baby Bums, Elmo.
Boy. Good old Baby Bums. Man, I haven't thought about Baby Bums in a minute.
Yep.
Don't miss that. Don't miss Baby Bums. Henry loved it. But man, oof. I like Baby Bums just about as much as like Amazing Fruit commercials.
Baby Einstein.
Baby Einstein's good. I like Baby Einstein. Yeah. Henry watched that.
Five Nights at Freddy's videos that Kenna watches.
Dude, so glad you brought up the kids. Because today I was playing with Henry outside. He was drawing with chalk on the sidewalk, and like we brought Clem out, and like I had Clem like tied up around the tree with her leash so she could kind of like run a little bit and like hang out with us. And Henry was like, "Dad, what's this?" And he pointed at the ground. Henry, by the way, terrified of bees. Terrified of bees.
Well, he knows you're allergic.
Yeah, I guess. So, like,
he figures it like, I am too.
Right, it runs in our genes.
My dad is deathly allergic.
So he's terrified of bees, wasps, hornets.
Shake called him, your dad doesn't think he is, but he is.
But he is. He's totally. By the way, do you know it's me, Shake? I'm speaking in Japanese. So, like, it's to the point where, like, he's, like, so scared of bees that, like, if he sees a fly, he freaks out, like a horsefly. Like, there was a horsefly in the car yesterday, like the day before last, and it was a big deal because it's like, get in the car. It's like, it's fine. It's just, a horsefly can bite you. It could hurt a little bit, but like, just, it's a horsefly. He's just drinking water on the car. Just, we get in the car, we'll drive away. He'll fly off. It'll be fine. Terrified of like these insects. Came out of nowhere. Thanks, Shake. And like, so he was like, "Dad, what's this today?" And I was like, he's pointing in the yard. I was like, "Oh, that is a mushroom or a toadstool." He's like, "Oh, I didn't know we had those in our yard." He's like, "Yeah, I mean, every now and then they'll grow." And as I'm talking to him, I fart. And it's one of those farts that's like, and he fucking took off inside screaming. And I was like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "It's a bee! A bee!" So I laughed on the yard for like 2 minutes. Didn't tell him what happened because it came in. I was like, "Dude, what happened?" He's like, "I heard a bee." It's like, all right.
Please go in his room whenever he's in there playing. Just fart. Oh man, you hear those bees?
He's not used to them sounding like that. Is the problem? He's not used to them sound like. It's funny because like one time I farted and he was like in the living room and he was like, "What was that?" I was like, "Clementine's playing a trumpet." Okay.
It's Garfield's front tail.
Right.
What was I wonder what he'd think of the videos of that beekeeper. She goes and people will call her like, "Hey, I have bees all under my house
The
porch.
bee whisperer.
I don't want to kill them. Can you come take them?" And she doesn't wear
she comes in with a flamethrower. I'll take care of it.
There you go. Fucking hate these fucking things. Glad you called me.
She breathes more bees that kill those bees. She's like, it's like the Green Mile.
She's Shino from Naruto. Just has all the insects inside her.
Yeah, man.
No, but she will go.
The
I've seen
insects are
several
inside
of,
us the whole time.
I've seen several of her videos because it's impressive. She doesn't wear gloves or beekeeper suit or anything, and she'll open up whatever it is and just start scooping out bees with her bare hands.
Yeah.
And she knows.
Well, that's how she does it. She has bare hands. They get the honey and all that. She knows what she's doing.
Because she knows how to look for the queen, or she has supplies of queens. So then she'll put a queen in there so they all flock to her and they'll have a new home, and she'll transplant bees from places people don't want them. So I just wondered what Henry did seeing this lady just walk in and just pick up armloads of bees barehanded.
I think he'd be, I mean, we could try it. I think he'd be fine. He's typically fine like watching stuff, but like he's just scared of being stung. Like once
it's wasps you stay out for. Bees are okay.
Yeah, and I've told him that where it's like, yeah, hornets, wasps, like don't.
They're assholes.
They are assholes. Bees will die if they sting you, and he knows that. He's just what'll happen is
has he been stung?
No, and then once he's stung, I feel like this is all gonna like subside.
Yeah,
and it's gonna be like, oh, okay, this is like it hurts, but it didn't kill me. Whatever.
Yeah, I need you to get over this, Henry. This is a Japanese murder hornet.
Yeah, immersion therapy.
This is the worst it is.
Yeah.
So it's going to sting you, and just know for the rest of your life, it's always going to be better than this.
Right, yeah. If it doesn't kill you, then we'll add 10 more.
Which there is a guy, that's his whole thing on YouTube.
Getting stung by murder hornets?
Or anything, spider bites, any kind of animal, and showing what kind of damage it does.
Uh-huh.
So I watched the one where he had a murder hornet sting him, and it was fucking brutal.
It murdered him.
He's dead.
It used Final Sting.
Well, he used Quick Attack. Got out of the
Okay,
way,
we're good. Yeah, we're good then. Yeah, man.
He's a blue mage, is what he is.
God bless him. That's why that makes sense. That's why he's doing all this shit. Yeah. Also, why he stands on train tracks. Gotta learn Doom Train, baby. I have one more achievement that came in from Twitch chat. Thank you, Zal. That achievement is called Let Me Get Back in My Phone, because that conversation took a while. You got Gaidened, or you got Guided. In order to unlock, you got Guided. Guided. Die at a boss level before you even reach the boss and get sent back to the previous stage. And that came in from Edgelord Kyle. Because, you know, it does that to you in Ninja Gaiden, the last stage.
Yep.
It's a pain in the ass.
I've got one.
Okay.
Which is a keto-friendly diet. You unlock a keto-friendly diet by finishing a level without collecting any fruit.
Are you not supposed to eat fruit on a keto diet?
Sugar.
Oh, so keto's just no sugar?
Essentially.
Okay.
Yeah, sugar and carbs. You cut it out.
No sugar or carbs.
Right.
Okay.
So, yeah, so you're getting your body to just run off fat.
Fat and protein,
Yep.
presumably?
It's something like 60% fat, 30% protein, 10% carbs and sugar. Like you can have to stay in ketosis, which is your body switching over
Ketosis.
your body switching over from glucose over to fat, which again, isn't as efficient. A lot of dietitians, like all the ones I work with, hate it. It's effective for fat loss, but you're gonna struggle to build muscle or anything like that.
I was about to say, if you're not eating a bunch of protein.
It can be done, of course, but
I know. I've talked to people it's really worked well for them. Yeah, it's not something.
Because it's originally it's an epileptic diet is how it came about, because it can help reduce eating like that helps reduce epileptic seizures.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
But I mean, I did it, but I don't see where it's sustainable very long. And I mean, carbs and sugar they're not good for you anyway. Or sugar, especially, refined sugar.
Sure.
But most fruits, you can't eat a banana on keto.
Fucking watch me.
You could eat blackberries, cranberries, raspberries in small quantities. But you have to keep under 25 grams of carbs a day.
Can you tell me why I see a bunch of ads saying not to eat bananas? Do you ever get those?
No.
Yeah, there are always these shitty GIF
The
ads.
anti-shake propaganda.
Maybe, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, because I always see these GIF ads where they're like, want to lose weight? Avoid these. And it's like a guy with like a big gut and a banana.
Yep. I mean, there's a lot of sugar in bananas. I remember when last time Shake was here in the States for Christmas, he called me in a fucking panic. So, dog, man, Walmart's closed. The grocery stores are closed. I've got to have a banana, man. Like, I can't. Where the fuck can I get a banana? I don't know what to do. Yeah. Like, do you have any? Like, I will buy a banana off you. It's like, go to
$20.
There's a gas station right on the road, Huck's, from where you're at right now. You can get a banana there. Oh, my God, dude, thanks so much. And he called me back. Dude, I bought all their bananas. Thank you. I feel so much better.
All of them.
Yeah.
That was very nice of you to like give them real information instead of being like, did you check Banana Land?
Did you check your ass?
Oh, yeah, I got a banana in my dick. Why don't you suck it out?
Did you ask my high school girlfriend for when I tried to put a banana in her vagina that one time?
I'm sorry.
You could have that one. It just mushed.
Yeah. Man, that's a sign of a vagina right there.
It's not of a bad banana.
About to say,
I ate a
man.
green banana, not a speckled brown
Couldn't
one.
get that thing in there. Just clamp down on it like a fucking bulldog.
She'd been doing Kegels, so she chewed the banana as
man.
it came in.
Fucking shook that banana in an alligator death roll. Holy shit, girl.
It wasn't any good. Tyler, what's this bowl of bananas and cottage cheese? No.
Tyler, I fucked your girlfriend and my dick smells like a banana. What gives?
You and everybody else.
Oh, are we the banana dick gang now?
Yep. We're Banana Brothers. I think that's all I got.
That's it?
Yeah.
All right. What else do we do on this show?
That's it.
That's it?
Well, if you have any other questions.
I do. I have a few questions.
Okay.
I'm curious, Tyler, if you were to buy this game, Super Adventure Island. Oh, also at the end of each stage, you collect a Dragon Ball. I felt like that was recorded.
Oh, yeah. A 1-star Dragon Ball. You're right.
I can't believe I hadn't mentioned that yet. On the NES versions, you always just go into a cave.
And there's that one mountain level where you have to jump way off to the side. In a jump you could just barely do
I know,
to get it,
right.
and you can fall all the way back down.
And then they do have a Mode 7 segment of like Master Higgins falling from the sky.
Yep, into a pool where you're in the next water level.
Right. Yeah, it's very like if Master Higgins was in Pilot Wings or something and didn't have a hang glider.
Yeah, it does.
And it totally was just like, hey, Mode 7's a new thing. Let's toy around with that. Man, and I would love to one day get into like, because we didn't even scratch the surface on like how this series started as Wonder Boy, and then like Hudson Soft like got the license to release it on NES, and so you've got these branching paths of like Wonder Boy, which continued to go on, and then Adventure Island, which continued to go on. And it's like it's a cluster. I mean, it's like if you thought like Final Fantasy 2 is Final Fantasy 4 in the US kind of deal. If you like that's confusing, like holy shit, Adventure Island is like layers on this shit.
Yeah.
But anyway, Tyler, sorry about that. If you were to buy Super Adventure Island loose right now, how much do you think you would pay for it?
$12.50.
Tyler, actual retail value of Super Adventure Island for the Super Nintendo loose, on average, according to PriceCharting.com, is $17.09.
Okay.
I'm happy to report that I don't think that the local shop had checked price charting recently because I got it for significantly less than that.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And it's a common game, so it always feels good to not pay $17 for a common game.
Yep.
Tyler?
Yes, Dave.
Do you think this game belongs on TADPOG's top 100 list of Super Nintendo games?
Oh, I'm gonna say no, but like just barely.
I might fight for it.
I could
fight
see
for
if I were right now from the games that we played. Look at IGN's list. There's a game or two I could knock off and put this game
Yep,
on.
for sure.
If we trying to look at what I think the whole scope of the once we play through all of them, would this make the top 100?
It's tough.
I mean, Top 150.
It's
yes.
tough. I feel
top
like
100.
I feel like it's close.
Yeah, it's close. It's close.
I do feel like having not done an episode on Joe and Mac yet. We're doing Super Adventure Island 2,
which
man,
haven't.
People legit love Super Adventure Island 2.
It's supposed to be very different.
So I'm looking forward to playing it.
Yeah,
and
let's do it next week.
Yeah.
All right. Done.
That's the plan.
Yeah. I don't know if we'd said that on the show though.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We planned that, like, we said that before we did Little Nicky, I think.
Oh, did we? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I thought we just said Little Nicky month and then we did this.
Right. Yeah. Well, Little Nicky month failed catastrophically.
Yeah.
Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
If you were to give this game a beard, sums up how you feel about it, what kind of beard would it be?
I would give it the beard of, or the wispy, 5 o'clock shadow of Shia LaBeouf in that one music video where he fights that girl in like a sphere. Oh,
Shia LaBeouf's Sphere Dance Kata.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know that one.
Yeah.
That's like a Cher jam, right?
Pretty much. Yeah. Sonny and Cher, yeah.
More Cher.
Yeah, way more
They
Cher.
prop Sonny up.
Way more Cher.
Yes.
One would say infinitely more Cher.
Cher and the Crypt Keeper? That's weird.
Cher and that dead senator?
Our apologies go out to the family.
Family of Sonny Bono.
And Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, at this point.
It's fair to say, right? So why the wispy 5 o'clock shadow Shia LaBeouf?
Because I feel like Shia LaBeouf does a lot of stuff that people have really enjoyed and think are fun.
Really?
But that video was weird.
Name one.
Holes.
I'm sorry?
Holes.
Holes?
There was that Disney show he was on. The Transformer movies when he was on those.
I thought you said that people enjoyed.
People love holes.
David,
I can say we're both fans.
I've never seen the movie Holes, but it was directed by a kid in the hall.
Oh, okay.
That was
I didn't know that.
A Bruce McCulloch joint, I believe.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So I've wanted to see it, but also at the same time, it's like, do I really want to see a movie called Holes for kids? I don't know.
Holes for kids.
Excuse me. I'd like to reinstate my Blockbuster membership to rent Holes for kids.
At the theater. One for holes for kids, please. What's your name? Kevin
Spacey. Oh, that explains the teddy bear suit.
No, I do that. I say that just because he had a lot of work that people, I'm sure, think are better, like all the other the Adventure Island games.
You think he did good things?
I think he's done fun things people enjoy,
but that are okay,
but are better than that.
That are better than,
like, I think this is probably the least of the Adventure Island games. Doesn't mean it's bad necessarily, but a lot of people have enjoyed the others a lot more.
I have seen some. I've gone down an Adventure Island.
Even Stevens, that's the Disney one he was in. Okay.
What is that about? All Stevens?
Yeah, two Stevens.
Two Stevens.
They're even.
Him
and his sister.
They're both named Steven?
Steven. I think their names is something Stevens.
Oh God, that's a fucking cop out.
Yep.
Come on, Disney.
Like Pete and Pete took the two first names, so they got to take the two last names.
Jesus, man, that's like, I don't know how Disney wound up owning Marvel Studios, because holy shit, even Stevens. Come on, you do better than that. Did Shia LaBeouf also play his sister?
I wish that would have been cool. That would have been nice.
Yeah, there's some bad bad Adventure Island games out. There's like when I was doing research, I was like, has there been anything recent? There has been.
Really?
And they're like mobile, and they look awful. I think something came out in like 2019 that is very like 2.5D Adventure Island. Which, I mean, I didn't play it. Maybe it's good, but it looked bad. It looked bad. Yeah.
I do like the Hudson Soft logo.
Love that bee.
Yeah.
God, I love that bee. Did you know that there was a Adventure Island anime?
No.
Can you believe that it never made its way to the States?
A little bit.
Yeah, there's a lot of it too. There's like at least 50 episodes of it, which never got officially translated. You talking about the Hudson Bee reminded me, because it's Master Higgins, and it's his sidekick, the sexy Hudson Bee. and it is an anime. It's a Hudson B waifu, essentially.
Okay, like the B movie with Jerry Seinfeld, but okay.
Oh, yeah, God, man, I want to fuck him so bad. But yeah, it is kind of a little like that. I don't know if the Hudson B ever fucks Master Higgins like Jerry Seinfeld fucked that woman.
Like fuck that woman. Yeah, you like jazz?
But yeah. So I don't know. Maybe we can get into that one day. Maybe we can pay to have all 50 episodes.
Let's do it.
Translated.
We'll do them. We'll have Shake over. He'll tell us what they're saying, and then we'll dub it over and release it. It'll be great.
God, I love it. Please. Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
Do you want to know what Flopsy has to say about this game?
Do you want to know what glasses I would give the game?
Yes.
Zoe Deschanel's adorkable glasses.
Yeah, like little round boys.
Yep, pretty much the same reason for Shia LaBeouf. Zoe Deschanel was very 2000s. I think a lot of her stuff hasn't carried over, just like Super Adventure Island.
Is she doing?
Much.
What's she doing now?
I haven't seen her do anything since New Girl. Which New Girl, the first several seasons. Oh man,
I remember you saying
good.
it was really good.
Love New Girl.
I think Nikki watched some of it and liked it.
Yeah, I mean some amazing. She's the. I mean, I do really enjoy Zoe Deschanel, but man, it was the support characters in that show that were fucking great. Nick is one of my favorite characters in sitcom history.
Which one is Nick?
Not Schmidt. I think Schmidt's the most popular.
Not helping me. What do you look like?
He becomes the love interest that they later break
okay.
up.
Yeah, all right. Okay, I know Nick then.
Yeah.
Okay. What was her, is that her biggest thing?
I mean, she did what 400 Days of Summer or whatever with Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Right. Yeah, that was a good movie. I like that.
What else has she done that was big? I mean, she's done several movies.
And her sister is Bones, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Nikki loved Bones.
I like Bones okay.
It's okay.
Just because I like David Boreanaz, but it was okay.
Yeah.
The writer's strike hurt Bones a lot.
They didn't turn it into a reality show?
My second favorite character in Bones, they fucking killed off. The writer's strike killed it off.
Who is that?
Zach Addy.
Oh, God, I don't remember.
He was sort of like Bones' protege. He was very like smart, intelligent, not really had very many social skills. And then just like a random weird culty villain like made him murder somebody in a one-off episode, and he was just gone after that.
Wow.
Yeah, they had a few episodes where he'd go to the insane asylum and visit him every now and then.
How you doing?
Yeah.
Still crazy?
Like
All right.
whoever would have to deal with Bones might go to visit him and like get some insight on how to talk to Bones.
Hey, you want to be back on Bones? No?
I would love to. Sorry. Writers, man. Writer's strike.
I could say the writer's strike
I don't know who you pissed off, but
the writer's strike hurt a lot more than Bones. Like,
yeah.
man.
It helped Conan, though. Man, I
Yeah.
love Conan during the writer's strike.
Yeah. But man, like that writer's strike, like I feel like that sent like ripples out that we're probably still feeling today.
Oh, yeah. A lot of shows
where it's
fundamentally
like,
changed.
oh, we don't need writers. Fuck it. And then we learned that I guess we don't. Like it still makes money. It's horrible, but it still makes money. So, and that's what matters.
Yep, you're right.
Especially in TV, especially at the time, too.
Yep. Got any more questions?
I have a few questions.
Yeah.
I have a few questions that came in from one Ross Rachel Green. I'm also curious if you want to know what Flopsy has to say about this book.
Oh, yeah. What does Flopsy have to say about that game?
The Ultimate Nintendo Guide to the SNES Library 1991 through 1998 by Pat Contry, courtesy of Master Mold Mike, gave Super Adventure Island 3.5 stars. And I feel like I might agree with this book for the first time in my life.
Yeah, that's about it. I think that's pretty good.
I don't think it's any worse than that. I could maybe go 4 stars, but probably wouldn't.
If it had a little bit more, I would give it 4 stars.
I would say like this is on, I don't know, man, like it's probably on par with Animaniacs, which doesn't sound great, but
I would say Power Rangers.
Power Rangers, yeah, okay, yeah, it's on par with Power Rangers. I thought it was a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you like to take this quiz that was sent to us by Ross Rachel Green entitled Roofin' and Heat Proofin'?
Okay.
Ross begins, my house is old, like 1880s old, almost as old as your country old. Because of that, houses were built mainly out of force of will and straw. My house is basically all lathe, and plaster. And fun fact,
Probably some British mineral we don't have over here.
I think I read the word lathe in Final Fantasy XI carpeting at one point.
It's over on my Fantasy Elements poster in the garage.
Right next to unobtainium. Unobtainium and lathe. Fun fact, after a while, the plaster crumbles and falls off the walls and ceilings in great big lumps. So the ceiling on my third floor needed sorting because...
Third floor?
I know, living
All right,
large.
all right.
Living large. So the ceiling on my third floor needed sorting because exactly that happened. The problem is it's above a landing 19 feet up. Third floor and real tall ceilings.
Yeah, but I say that's why we stopped paying taxes and rebelled for your third floor high ceiling houses. Jesus. And your rare minerals.
Your rare lathe. I had to pull down plaster above my head, which covered me in decades of dust and debris.
Asbestos.
And probably bones. Probably like ground up bones of like...
It's Isle of Man. It's made of bones.
Yeah. It's like a troll snack he forgot that he put up there 200 years ago. Then fit insulation between the joists before fitting drywall over the top. Congratulations, Ross. You are way more handy than I am.
Yeah, do you ever just chill out at home,
Doesn't
Ross?
sound
it
like
sounds
it.
like it's just...
Doesn't sound like
I got holes in my ceiling. I'm patching those. I'm rebuilding these computers, rebuilding these engines. I'm replastering. I'm putting up the... Like,
Yep.
damn, dog.
Doing a lot of things. Here's my reaction to that. Just wait until we get like a stimulus check and pay somebody to do that.
Yep. I'm going to hope we have another pandemic because I'm about out of house fixing money.
I mean, look, I'm going to be real with you. Like when we got the last stimmy, it was like, let's save that until we can call somebody out to fix a second bathroom. And that's what we did.
Yep. It's pretty good.
Because it's hard to get a couple $1,000s together in order to fix, a bathroom.
Plumbing, yep.
So, yeah. Ross says, above my head, 19 feet up on a ladder. That's how he likes to climax.
Yeah, I believe it.
On the list of shitty jobs I've had to do around the house, that was way up there. I think that was a joke on height.
Oh, I
way
said
up
how
there.
high because he was actually way
it's
up
higher
there.
on the ladder,
Not
yeah.
a list. He was
Confucius
literally
say, man, high on pot. Anyway, SNES games. Most of these turned out to be movie tie-ins, but not on purpose. Well, as long as they weren't on purpose. Tyler, are you ready to begin?
I am.
This game, based on a film of the same name, features three brothers searching for a dagger said to unlock a cave of riches. Would that be Three Ninjas Kick Back?
It's got to be.
Our top watched YouTube video and most unliked? When we did Little Nicky, I was like, this is going to get some views because people are going to think this is Little Nicky the movie.
Perfect.
And they did.
Let's just do game movies to pump up our YouTube numbers.
Let's do it. Let's fucking do it. Do we want to spoil what we're going to do after Super Adventure Island?
You're right. I guess we can.
Mean Girls.
Yep.
We're doing Mean Girls
Mean
for the
Girl-
DS. I'm not going to be able to stream it, but who gives a shit?
We'll call it free movie Mean Girl.
Full length Mean Girls free.
Lindsay Lohan nude patch.
Three Ninjas Kick Back, locking it in.
Yeah.
It is Three Ninjas Kick Back.
Nice.
All right, Tum Tum. What's his name?
Colt, Rocky, and Tum Tum.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at that. Pocky, Rocky, and Tum Tum. Next question. In this game, also based on a film of the same name, the primary goal is to take down Al Capone's henchmen and eventually detain Capone. This would be the Untouchables.
Oh, nice.
Locking it in, it is the Untouchables. See, Al Capone, Ross, was a guy who lived around the time your house was built, or a little bit after, I guess.
There's a town in the Netherlands that celebrates. I watched a mini documentary over it.
That celebrates Al Capone.
God, I thought it was fake, but it turns out it's real. They have
Capone?
like an Al Capone lookalike contest.
Capone Fest? Wow.
Yeah.
Do you think it's because Al Capone never really died? He just moved overseas. And to hide his identity, every year they have a festival.
Yep.
So he can walk around freely for one day.
For one day a year. Is it in Iceland?
Iceland? The Icelandic
Iceland's
Al Capone.
best winter festival. A town, a gangster, a festival follows the inhabitants of a small town in Iceland as they prepare for their annual 3-day celebration that honors notorious Chicago gangster Al Capone.
Why?
Oh, no, are they making fun of it?
Is this like documentary now?
Yes, it's documentary now. Okay,
is. I
you're
love
right.
it.
You're right. It's documentary now. I thought I looked
perfect.
it up and it was something different, but you're right. It's documentary now.
Oh man, I gotta watch that. I haven't seen enough of that.
Documentary now was so good.
Oh, that's funny. All right. Next question. In this game, 2 famous Disney characters search for a missing circus. Mickey and Minnie,
It's got to be.
missing circus fun.
There is one about a circus. There really
Yeah.
is.
Do you know what it's called? I feel like we'd have played it. Have we played it?
No, I don't think we have.
Okay.
But there is a Mickey Mouse circus game.
You know what I want to do an episode on? Is that NES Mickey Mouse, where you play as Mickey and Minnie together.
Mousecapades?
Mickey Mousecapades, yeah.
Good, yeah. Surfing the shit with all the
Is it?
brooms and shit.
I liked it as a kid.
remember liking
I don't
it,
know
yeah.
that it's gonna hold up on a replay.
Probably
but-
not, but
And you had to like find all those keys and stuff,
let's
right?
ruin our childhood some more. It's fine.
Yeah. I mean, it's already ruined. Come on.
Yeah.
It's been long enough. So Mickey and Minnie Mouse and the Missing Circus.
It is. It's yeah. It really is something like that.
It's not Mystic Quest, obviously, because we've done Mystic Quest.
Mickey Mouse's Circus of something.
Circus of
Circus of
Illusions.
Value.
Mickey Mouse's Circus of
So
Value.
it's the Circus of Value.
Locking it in, it is The Great Circus Mystery, starring Mickey and Minnie.
Half credit.
We were pretty close. Next question. This game, the 4th in its series by Hudson, was called Super Genjin in Japan. Super Genjin.
That's all we have. It was called Super Genjin.
Super Genjin in Japan.
What does Genjin mean?
I don't know. Jin means like a person. So super something person. Gen is like the...
It would be Ultraman then. Ultraman would be called something different, I'm sure.
I don't know. It might just be, I don't know. I have no idea. Like the Onyomi reading of Origin in Japanese is Gen, but that would be like Super Origin Man. So that's probably not
It's
right.
probably a white guy. It's just some boring white guy. Ultraman. I can't think of anything else.
I'm good. Look, I don't know. Do you know who developed Ultraman? Was it Hudson?
Sunsoft? Yeah, no, it was definitely, I don't believe it was Hudson. So Super Genjin. Super Adventure Island?
No, that one had a... If we recall back to Dave reads from Wikipedia, that one had a long name.
Yep.
Hudson. I don't even know.
I can't give any other Hudson Soft games.
Super Bomberman. I mean, they did Bomberman.
Bomberman, why not?
You want to try
Why
it?
not? Yeah.
I got nothing better.
That's got man in it.
All right. Logging it in. It is Super Bonk. Origin Man. Caveman, I guess.
Yep. Damn. Okay.
Wow. I feel like if I'd have realized there was a Bonk game, that we maybe have gotten there.
that,
Probably not. Next question. This bicycle simulation game was the first game to support the Life Fitness exercise bike peripheral. It's real. Check it out. I've seen a YouTube video about this game. I do not remember what it's called, but it is exactly what it sounds like. It's a bike it's a Super NES that's hooked up to a bike and has like one game essentially like soldered into it. And that game is like a bike simulation. I can't remember what it's called. It's like Life Fitness Bike Adventure or some shit like that.
Perfect.
Locking it in. Mountain Bike Rally.
That could have been a regular game.
Yeah, for real. Next question. This basketball game features rap and hip hop stars.
It's for the Super Nintendo?
Mm-hmm. Is that Def Jam?
I mean, I know that was for PlayStation, like Street Hoops and stuff like that. But for the Super Nintendo?
Don't know.
A basketball game that featured. What's the
Rap and hip hop stars.
Wasn't there like a street hockey version, but for basketball?
I mean, Barkley, Shut Up and Jam.
Well, is it like Hoops or something like that? Like the same people who made Street Hockey 95 also made a basketball game.
I don't recall. I can't even tell you who made. I can't even tell you who made fucking Street Hockey 95 at this point. I don't remember. I mean, I feel like you're probably onto something. It does seem like something that would definitely be mocapped.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, Barkley's Shut Up and Jam did feature rap and hip hop stars. They were fictional.
He didn't say they were real.
I don't think it's that, but I don't have any. Street Hoops? You said Hoops. Street Hoops?
Should be Hoops. Barkley, Shut Up and Hoops.
Hoops, all basketball games?
That's good. Barkley, we know Barkley Shut Up and Jam is one. I'd go with it. I don't have any other better.
All right. I'm locking it in. Rap Jam Volume 1.
I don't know. Never heard of it.
We'll get to it.
Yep.
Next question. This game, also based on a film, takes place in the desert of Abydos? Diabetes?
Diabetes repair.
This game, also based on a film, takes place in the deserts of Abydos. 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 What film takes place in a desert that came out around the Super Nintendo time?
Dude.
Is this Stargate?
Sounds good to me.
I got nothing.
Yeah, Stargate.
Stargate, logging it in. Stargate!
Hey, good job.
Hey, we did it. Jesus Christ. It just keeps going.
Yeah.
Next question. In this game, the evil space slug forces, led by the Sultan of Slime, launch a sudden attack on humanity.
I feel like we've talked about this game before.
We probably have. I don't recall it, but I'm sure that we have. Space slug forces, led by the Sultan of Slime. This isn't Boogerman, is it?
I don't think so. I guess it could be, though.
It probably isn't. Probably isn't Boogerman, a pick and flick adventure.
Because was that on Super Nintendo or just on Genesis?
Boogerman?
Yeah.
It was on SNES,
It
wasn't it?
Okay.
I don't know. What does it look like? I'm on a Super Nintendo podcast?
There's a copy in my bathroom that's Genesis.
It definitely came out on the Genesis for sure. I feel like we had to do Boogerman. I feel like it was assigned to us. I have a book that can tell us.
Oh, that's pretty good. All right. Pretty good reference.
Yes. I got 3 stars on the Super Nintendo.
I would agree that Super Adventure Island is better than Boogerman.
But by a half a star?
Yeah.
Boogerman's kind of shit, honestly.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
I got nothing, man.
You think it's boogers, but it's not.
You think it's boogers, but it turns out it's female ejaculate.
Squirt, as
Squirt
they call
man.
it. I'd say Boogerman then. I don't have any other.
Boogerman.
I
got
or
nothing.
It's some weird game I've never heard of.
I got nothing. I don't remember the slug forces from Boogerman, but I literally I have no idea.
Yeah.
Big Sky Trooper, which we have talked about before, because that is the game that Rhythm Master Paul Korn saw in a magazine, wanted to play really bad.
Okay.
That's the only reason I know of it. Next question. The main task in this game is for the player to collect all the food in each level while defeating enemies to make them drop their bones, which is used as currency.
Prehistoric Man.
Prehistoric Man. Locking it in. It is Prehistoric Man. Well done, Tyler. Good memory. I didn't know that. Next question. This game uses a modified version of the Boy and His Blob game engine and involves the player saving Cat Harvey from Kerrigan's ghost.
What?
If you were a hot dog, would you eat yourself?
Cat Harvey from Kerrigan's Ghost.
Yes.
Socks the cat.
I'm good with that.
Because I have no clue what that would be.
Socks the cat, locking it in. It is Casper.
Okay. I guess Kerrigan is that woman from the movie, and then Kat must have been her name in the film.
It uses a modified version of the boy and his blob game engine. That is ridiculous.
So you're
on the Super Nintendo?
Yeah, you're her, and I guess you're flicking stuff at Casper to make him do stuff.
Quick, feed Casper a ketchup jelly bean. Save Cat, Harvey. Next question. Fuck, marry, kill. Simon Belmont, Trevor Belmont, Richter Belmont. This is easy for me.
I'm going to kill Simon.
Yeah, same. Because of Captain N?
Yeah, pretty much. And then... Oh, it's hard between Trevor and Richter. I guess fuck Trevor and marry Richter.
Yep, I'm with you. I feel like Trevor, he's good for a couple rounds. Richter, on the other hand, you see him like studying in the beginning. He's got a library.
Oh, yeah.
I could like borrow his books.
He's more financially stable, you can tell.
He's definitely more aristocratic, you know?
I like that Castlevania, the next season is, I think they're going to Richter.
Are they really? Mm-hmm. They're pulling me back in.
They're jumping forward to another Belmont.
They're pulling me back in. Yeah. It should have been Richter from the beginning because, I mean, he's our anime boy. Richter's the husbando of Castlevania.
I'm pretty sure, because I know it's not Simon. So, I mean, everybody's speculating they're eventually going to go to, like, follow the prime Castlevania timeline and eventually go to following Alucard through the years as he's helping various Belmonts.
That's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it. I like that. Richter's the way to go, man. He's my favorite.
Yeah, there's a lot of good shit you can do there.
He's anime looking. He wears blue. It's great.
Yep.
Favorite.
I mean, I want to see eventually, like do Soma Cruise and all that, more modern day. Be nice.
That would be cool. Yeah, it would be really fun to see him do like the whole Bloodlines, World War II, all
yes,
that.
There you go.
Or World War I, sorry. Yeah, that would be cool. Fuck, marry, kill, Bowser, Dr. Robotnik, Ganon.
I guess I'll kill Bowser since the other two are human. If I'm going to fuck or marry him, I guess I'll have them be the same species.
I mean, is Ganon human? Ganon's like a pig man, right?
I'm like a
pigman,
so it's fine.
Dr. Robotnik, presumably.
He's an Eggman.
Presumably, yeah. Presumably an Eggman, yeah. He's like Mork and Mindy, where they're like born out of like the fucking eggs and shit. As
Mirth.
Adult men, yes. What was that comedian's name? I couldn't think of it the other day.
I can't think of it.
Oh my God, it's killing me because it's like I didn't want to look it up because it's like I got to figure this out on my own to show respect to this comedian.
Because he's good, yeah.
But I could not for the life of me remember his name, and I still can't.
I guess I'm gonna kill Bowser.
Okay.
Ganon's. I'll fuck Ganon. He might be a good.
With
fuck.
his corkscrew penis.
Yep, but he's forever bent on power, so I can't marry him. And then I guess at least
they kind of all are.
Well, yeah. I guess at least Bowser's only gonna want Peach. I'm just a background character.
That is true.
Eggman's got nobody else. As long as I help him stomp out some hedgehogs, he's got a robotic dynasty. So yeah, I'm very Robotnik, I guess.
You can hang out with that robot chicken and that little driller dude.
Yep. Yep.
I think that I am going to kill Dr. Robotnik.
I know his name.
Okay.
Mirth. You want to know who he is?
Yeah, please.
Jonathan Winters.
Ah, that's it. Thank you. Have you watched a lot of Mork and Mindy?
Back in the day, I did. I tried going back to it. I bought season 1 on DVD. It did not hold up in any way, shape, or form.
That sucks.
Like at all.
That sucks to hear. So. I couldn't really get into it when it was on Nick at Night.
Oh, I fucking loved it when it was on Nick at Night, man. Fucking loved it.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill Dr. Robotnik because I don't like what he does to animals. I'm not down with that.
That's fair.
I don't think
That's
I could
fair.
and plus he doesn't.
You're not down with animal cruelty?
No, and out of all of them, he looks like the worst fuck, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna kill him. I guess I will also fuck Ganon. I don't really want to, but I guess I'm going to because I want to marry Bowser because I feel like if he has me, he's not going to be after Peach. I feel like he just wants love.
Someone to help him raise Bowser Jr.
And the reason I know that is because I've played Super Mario RPG, and I've found out that he's actually not that bad of a guy.
If it's that Bowser, we're talking about, yeah, I think you're.
I mean,
totally right.
Is that not canonical Bowser?
I don't know
how
if we're talking like Bowser from Mario Party, like fuck that guy.
Yeah.
But Bowser from Mario RPG, okay, all right.
Are these Bowsers from different timelines? Or are these Bowser when he's on his meds versus when he's off his meds? Like, what is this?
Bowser Mario RPG is a misunderstood, emotional character.
Yeah, Bowser from Mario RPG is what puts Bowser in the Mary category for me.
Yep.
Fuck, marry, kill, Catwoman, Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy. Easy.
I'd say you got to kill Poison Ivy.
Oh man,
Not
starting out strong for me.
You're not a plant. I mean, she doesn't give a shit.
She could make you one.
Make you into a plant.
I'd become a plant for Poison Ivy. I'm marrying Poison Ivy.
I guess fuck Harley Quinn.
Just honestly, come on.
I mean, she's the most attractive, right?
By far. And like really out of like the three of them, like I don't know. I guess she could be. Well, I was about to say she's the least villainous out of all of them. Really, that's Catwoman.
Yep. So I say I marry Catwoman. Fuck Harley Quinn like Robin did.
Robin fucked Harley Quinn?
Outside of Joker's influence, she's not as bad. She becomes more of like an anti-hero. But so I feel like that's manageable. You fuck her, have a good time. But Poison Ivy, that's why I feel like you're a Black Widow experiment. You try something and then you're just dead.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to marry Poison Ivy. I'm going to kill Harley Quinn because she is like my least favorite Batman character.
Just overdone.
She's just the worst. Yeah. But I haven't seen the recent movies with her in them. So maybe those are great. Yeah. I don't know.
I hear that cartoon that's going on right now, the Harley Quinn.
Yeah, I've heard that's good too. But I mean, Harley Quinn was introduced during the animated series, which is like probably my favorite piece of Batman ever, and I don't like her in that.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it's like I don't know if there's a chance. I just think that she's just not interesting. She's just not interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like there's like Poison Ivy, like in the animated series. Chef's kiss. I mean, it's like the best. She's on par with like Mr. Freeze, where it's like she's just like trying to do the right thing. She's just doing it the wrong way. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, I feel like that's what's great about most Batman villains. They're trying to do the right thing. They're just doing it the wrong way, except for the Joker and the Penguin. But it's like, and then I feel like Harley Quinn is just like, well, we need a sexy Joker. So it's like, all right. Yeah. That's why I don't like Harley Quinn. It's because it's like, she's just like, I don't know. She's just like, we need a sexy Joker. And then Catwoman. I love Catwoman. Not enough to marry her, because I do feel like she would definitely cheat on me. But I would fuck Catwoman. Yeah. Specifically the not Michelle Pfeiffer version of Catwoman. But yeah, God fuck
the
Catwoman.
Anne Hathaway version.
I'm down. Yeah, I'm down.
Yep.
Pretty much any Catwoman that's not Michelle Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer, please, yes.
That Golden Girl reference, anybody else picked up on it?
And that's it. That's what we got. That's what we got for the quiz. Okay. Thank you, Ross. That was a good quiz.
It was.
I like that. I do love the hat trick of murder fuck kills at the end of these quizzes. They make it for me.
Is that it? We good?
You want to take some calls?
Yeah, it's like, I mean,
we can take some calls if you want.
Tim's on. When you want to be dead, we're at your deadline time.
Yeah, we can take some calls.
Okay,
couple of calls.
I got nowhere to be.
I just need to get home in time for dinner, and then like to put Henry to bed. I got like an hour and a half for that.
Okay,
so I feel like we can take 2 calls.
An hour and a half of calls done.
2 calls. First call.
Well, I feel dumb, but it just occurred to me. Didn't Turley also work at Apex with Dave and Nia. So.
This is a continuation. This is from Kana, no doubt. In continuation from our last call that we played on our all-call show, which had John and Ian
which
on it.
Which would have been a good one to play.
Yeah, it would have been great. I didn't know this was the next one. But John, Kana didn't forget about you, it sounds like.
We'll make John Shirley the DLC character for that Apex Legends ROM hack.
Brandon's your DLC character.
Brandon and I are your part of your DLC pack. We came in so much later. We're part of your LCD pack.
The Geeks for Hire DLC.
Right?
Yeah, I had a couple of months ago. Anyway.
Later, Kana. Thanks for the call.
So 2 more calls after that one, or 1 more call?
I'm down with whatever. You want to take 2 more?
Sure.
Okay. Next call.
Hello, Tyler and Dave.
Hello.
This is Executive Bruiser Jamie, and I just had a question because whenever I talk about you guys to people, I want to say...
They're like, who?
Who? What? Who are these guys holding pillows on these pictures on your wall?
What?
Who?
They're 2 guys from Kentucky, but I don't remember if both of you are actually from Kentucky or just in Kentucky right now. So if you could clear that up for me and anyone else wondering, that would be great. Love you guys. Bye.
Thank you for the call and the excellent sound quality. You sound great. I am not originally from Kentucky. I'm originally from Louisiana. I was born in New Orleans and then lived across the lake from New Orleans for like 5 years. But we moved around so much.
Moved around a lot.
And we eventually moved back to Louisiana for a year or 2. But I've spent the most time of my life here in Kentucky. So I claim it. That's kind of how that works, I guess. I claim whatever's really convenient, honestly. Like if I meet someone from Louisiana,
that's how most people are.
So it's like, I live, yeah. I mean, it really is, because it's like when you talk to somebody who's like, I'm from Chicago. Oh, really? What part? Well, like 2 hours south.
Like people ask me, I say Paducah. So
you don't say Nashville.
No, I guess I could.
That's like the equivalent of like
St. Louis,
right? We could pick St. Louis or Nashville,
Louisville, Lexington.
I feel like Louisville's that's stretching it. Isn't it weird that the biggest cities in Kentucky are like farther away from us than St. Louis and Nashville?
Yep.
But you're born and raised Kentucky, yeah?
I was born at the competitor hospital that I worked for in Paducah.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Do they hold that against you at your current job? As an old Baptist health boy. Oh shit. No. You're like a spy. You're like a secret. You're like a secret agent.
Because I was born there. Then
he don't flip them eggs right. He flips them eggs like he's from Baptist Health.
I told him all my eggs flip. He doesn't know how to do it.
I put them on top of each other, boy. What are you doing?
Is that your Louisiana coming out a little bit?
I don't know what that was. That was my angry person about
angry egg
person. Man. That's essentially what they sound like in my mind.
And then one county over is where I, 0
put a banana
18.
in a woman.
Put a banana in a woman. That's the truth. And then then lived in Murray, then going to college there, and then Louisville, and then DC, and then back here. Yep. So I haven't been around nearly as much as you have.
You've traveled though.
I've traveled, yeah, but I haven't really lived anywhere outside of Kentucky except for DC.
Yeah.
And then I lived in Louisville for culinary school.
I'm definitely conflicted right now because I would be totally okay not living here anymore. But I did make a decision when Henry was born where it's like, it wasn't great for me moving around a whole bunch. So let's get him through school and then we'll see. And by then it's like, well, we're too tired right now to move. By then we'll definitely be too tired to move. So, and the house will be paid for. So it's like, let's just live here forever.
But what Melissa and I counted the other day, and I think I had moved in my entire life something like 24 times.
You've moved more times than I
within
have.
this small within a 30-mile radius. I have moved almost. Because I moved every year in Murray. I moved every year or two growing up because my parents just moved houses all the time. So yeah,
Well, that's just because your dad was buying houses and flipping houses, right?
pretty much.
Yeah.
And then he just get bored and want something different.
I totally can relate to that feeling.
Yeah.
That feeling of like, man, I just want something different. It can be like pretty much exactly the same, but somewhere else, and that would be okay for a couple years. Yeah. And I think that's just because of the way I grew up. Like, I'm just used to like every 3 or 4 years there being like a shift, and then it's like everything's new, get to experience new things, get used to new things, and then you just do it over again.
Yeah.
So.
Is this the longest I've ever stayed in a house?
Really?
Yeah,
where you are now?
where I
This
am
is the
now.
longest you... Wow.
Not counting when I lived here before. Counting just since as an adult. This is the
Wow.
longest I've ever stayed at one place.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, that's amazing. Because you haven't... Because I've been in my house longer than you've been in this house. And I feel like we haven't been in our house like, too crazy long,
So Melissa and I are coming up on 5 years in September. So it was a little bit before that. So I've been
Wow.
here about 5 years.
It
It's
also-
by far the longest I've ever lived somewhere.
Also doesn't seem like it's been that long.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Man, time just keeps on flying by,
Yep,
right? As we
yep.
race to the grave.
Yeah. Mortal coil burning out as the inexorable shift of time.
Abby, thanks for the call. I hope that cleared things up for you.
Yeah.
Next call and last call. Google Drive is trying its hardest right now.
So hard.
Can turn the Wi-Fi off, switch over to cell data. There we go.
Hi, Bob.
Hello.
It is Terry from Michelle. I was wondering, I've asked this question before, you haven't gotten in the message, and by now maybe you have, but I still don't understand how you all are Southern.
Again? Yeah, you asked this.
Yep.
That's maybe there'll be more.
Even looked at a map of the Civil War, and as far as I can tell, Kentucky was either not taking either side, kind of a debated conflict zone, or part of the North. It wasn't part of the South. And it's surprising to me that you have so many rebel flags being not part of the South. I mean, in California, which is part of the North, even though it's like the entire coast, so that doesn't make sense. But whatever. We were under the Union, and we have the occasional...
The Surfing Union.
The serving union, yeah.
That's what they served by taking care of fish and giant octopus.
The original Coast Guard.
They were. Yeah, that's where they formed. Not many people know that.
Yeah, no. Yeah, there you go. There you go. You know that. You're welcome.
They use fire axes to take out all the sea creatures that believed in slavery. They questioned it was like the Spanish Inquisition, but they just questioned sea life on their thoughts on whether or not it was
Good.
right to enslave others of their kind.
But I'm glad it was a righteous service.
Thank you for your service, surfing.
rebel flag, but it's a rare thing. You don't really see it. I guess NASCAR has it a lot, but I never saw it. And we just know those people are super overtly racist. Like, okay, you have issues. But otherwise, we don't have the rebel flag everywhere. But you all have the rebel flag everywhere. And I don't.
How do you know that? I haven't seen you
never-
here. How do you know that?
Must have saw a lot of rebel flags in Louisville that one year.
I mean, you're not wrong, but how do you know that?
I mean, I get what we give last time. The top of Kentucky is the Mason-Dixon line. So
Yep.
everything below
We're
the
below the
Mason-Dixon.
Mason-Dixon line.
Yep.
Also, when you type in Google, is Kentucky a southern state? It says yes. So that's why we're a southern state. We can't help it. We're serving under our technologically
I don't
inclined
wanna be.
overlords.
But I guess that's where it is.
I mean, we're in the SEC.
Yep.
I mean, John and I, this is like a conversation that has been going on. Terrified Michelle, ever since you asked us the first time, I've had this conversation with a lot of people. We're just a southern state. I feel like that's the answer. We're just a southern state. It's that Mason-Dixon line.
Yeah, don't want to be, don't like it, but it is what it is.
We didn't get to vote in it.
Nope.
At least Tyler and I didn't. I'm sure a long time ago someone did get to vote.
Someone did.
A line dictates that someone got to vote in it. But is that how that was formed?
Well, I guess it's the Ohio, right?
I don't know.
The Ohio River is what kind of splits it off.
I have no idea. I guess it makes sense because I mean that's what separates us from the north. Mm-hmm. Stupid river.
Stupid fucking river.
And what's wild?
Not my cat or the D&D character. The actual physical Ohio River.
We literally live. I live literally like 15 minutes from a northern state. Drive 15 minutes and I'm in a northern state.
Yep, you're right.
Understand if you're not Southern and you weren't really part of the Confederacy, what the hell?
I think it really is that our state, our Commonwealth, truly does not have that much to offer anybody. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for shitting on you, Kentucky. I mean, like I live here.
Tobacco and horses.
But I mean,
and meth.
And I feel like at the time it was probably like, what are these guys going to do? And it's like, oh, who gives a shit? Like they're kind of in the middle. And like, what are they really going to do? Like if it goes one way, they're going to flip flop. I honestly feel like that's kind of like the way that it was regarded. If one side's winning, they're like, yeah, we're with them. If the other side's winning, they're like, we're with these guys.
Yep.
The South will rise again, but you're not even part of the South. I don't understand.
It won't rise again.
That's all I have to say. I'm sure I'll call you back again and come up with
and ask if the Kentucky is a southern state again.
something else. But I don't know.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for the call. Sorry, we're the southern state.
Yeah. No, we're very sorry.
We're very sorry. All right. That's it. That's an episode.
That's a wrap.
Of TADPOG, a podcast.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody. Next week, got that Super Adventure Island 2.
Yeah,
see how good and how different it is.
Unless we decide to do Mean Girls first.
That's true. We could do that.
I need to procure a copy of Mean Girls, so
it's so good.
It's probably not going to be next.
The movie's so good. I don't know how to get a hold of the...
I'm just going to look on
I've got an R4 with on my DS, so maybe I'll have to load it up.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I need to look at. I honestly think I'll probably just see how much they go for on eBay, and if they're cheap, then I'm probably just going to buy one because I want to copy Mean Girls.
Yeah.
I don't own the movie. I'll own the DS game. And I like the movie.
I have it on UMD for my PSP. Let's see, what is it? Thanks for listening, everybody. Find the show on... we're on Facebook.
Oh, yeah?
We're on YouTube.
For now.
We're on Spotify.
Our livelihoods on Facebook is in dire
God, it's so
straits,
fucking
apparently.
dumb. It's just people have posted stuff that honestly is not offensive at all, but Facebook's dumbass algorithm. So am I.
Our page content quality content very low. We've been notified. Very low.
Yep. So that might go away, but TADPOG Nation is around.
Yeah, the group, the Facebook group, that's around. Yeah.
Let's see. The Discord. That's going very strong.
I'm sorry that I was not very helpful when you were talking to me about the Facebook stuff because I was like, hey man, Facebook sucks. I don't know.
No, if it went away, it goes away.
I've been trying to get our fucking page name changed on Facebook for 3 years to the point where I Googled the other day, how many employees work for Facebook? Over 50,000. No one can fucking get back to me on whether we can change the fucking name of this page.
God. So if it gets shut down, I guess then we have an opportunity to make a new one.
Right. There we go. With blackjack and hookers. Yeah, or not.
I don't think it really does all that much for us. It just pisses us off.
It doesn't piss me off anymore. Other than, when you sent me a message, I was like, that's bullshit
It is
that they do that.
Dumb. I guess because it was poking fun at Facebook itself.
It was
so
poking
it's like,
fun of
nope,
Facebook admins
Yep.
because it was a meme that I posted that was like,
it's not remotely.
as a child, I dreamed I would be president. And then it's down below, me today. And it's the Warcraft guy from South Park. And it says, a Facebook admin.
Yep, but that was nope. Now we're shrinking your page reach and everything. You're about to get deleted.
I mean, come on, Facebook.
Yep.
You have 50,000 employees. I
Yep.
think you can handle a little fun poking.
Yep. I disagreed with the decision when I saw it,
Yeah.
which is meaningless.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Meaningless. That's fine.
What else? We're on what's the Discord again?
bit.ly/TADPOG Discord.
We're on as TADPOG _podcast on Twitter and Instagram. You got that Twitch.
Yeah, I do. I stream on Sundays. Twitch.tv/TADPOG _podcast. If you want to come hang out, that would be cool.
Let's see. Beyond that, what shirts? Shirts.tadpog.com.
Shirts@TADPOG.com. Look out for the Go
The
Cadavers.
TMU Go Cadavers that I'm going to make in paint. It's going to be very, very nice.
If you just want to draw it on paper, I'd be happy to scan it in
Okay. I
and
can do that.
upload it.
Okay. I can that I really can do. I think that's about it. If you want to call us, 270-883-2555. I gave our address for packages earlier. Our theme song is Moves by Sycamore Drive. Link to that track found in the show notes at tadpog.com. How you want to close it out, Dave?
Let's close it out as what we think Master Higgins might sound like.
Okay. So until next time, Tropical Capricorn.
He's the same guy.
Trucker hat, yeah.
The same guy. One of the things that I liked the most about Master Higgins when I was a child was that he looked like an uncle to me. Specifically an uncle that I had, my Uncle Larry. And
Yeah.
it's like, oh man, this is like anybody can be a video game character, even my Uncle Larry.
Uncle Larry.
And then I was like, why is his name Master Higgins? That is a weird decision. And that's
Yeah.
not what it is in Japan. In Japan, he's named after like
Trucker Cave Boy.
Trucker Cave. Yeah.
Origin Man
Genjin.
Trucker.
Yeah. He's named after like I guess the director of Hudson at the time. So I looked up today, I was like, why is Master Higgins named Master Higgins?
Master Higgins, why?
Right. And I have no idea. I wasn't able to find a good answer.
All right, so I was on the toilet earlier, and on Facebook, Facebook's algorithm worked once for me and gave me a UO story.
What's the content quality on this UO story?
I think it's a pretty funny story.
Okay.
It's something that we would have talked about in our UO episode.
Is it something that might be flagged for inappropriate content? Is a Facebook admin poked fun of?
No, I'm sure always. So it was on chesburger.com. God, I spent countless hours as a teen playing on a heavily modded and roleplay enforced Ultima Online server. I played Cedric Sartone, simple farmer turned tavern owner, who eventually turned it into the best place in town. It was
For
popping
murder.
every night. Yeah. I was buddies with every adventurer, soldier, mage, druid, and ranger that played the game. After they went out and grinded their skills and did their quest, I was waiting for them with a warm fire and plenty of ale. I'd buy their ingredients and make awesome food and booze, max level cooking, and was privy to all the gossip.
That's like Tyronius.
Exactly. That's how Tyrannus was. Little did they know I had a side hobby. I was brewing massive amounts of the most game-breakingly toxic poison possible. For over a year, I roleplayed with these people as a simple barman, pretended to be their friend and confidant. And then during a harvest festival where every player on our server was in attendance and I was paid to provide the food and drink, I poisoned every last morsel of food, every drop of drink. And after the regent delivered his speech and all these fools raised their goblets for the toast and took a deadly sip, I stepped onto stage and revealed what had happened. They were all going to die, and they did. Now, this was a permanent death server.
Oh, no.
Hardcore RPers, mind you. And some have been playing those characters for 8 years.
Oh, no.
And they were all collapsing and dying. Soon they were unconscious, as you could only die. It keeps turning off on me. As you could only die if you went unconscious 3 times in one day, or if a certain psychotic bartender came out and cut your head off, which I did to every player in our group of 38. They were all there, and unfortunately, so was I. Revenge against what, you ask? So the server had a pretty strict policy regarding PvP and PK. Essentially, the GMs had to determine if there was an in-character justification for any reason of disputing player killing. Obviously, my situation promoted a call for investigation. I understood those rules from the start, though, and I kept a written log in-game where I detailed my character building hatred for every character in the world. He would keep track of every little thing, from petty slights to unpaid tabs, but more importantly, I adopted little mannerisms that people roleplayed to develop their characters into the madness of mine. So while Elias was always whistling, while I recorded how infuriating Cedric found it in his journal, and Sudi had multiple journals packed with 1,000 reasons an unstable maniac could justifiably, RE server rules, murder anyone. The regent, who was also the server admin, had some ornate cloak with a custom texture, so I wrote 3 pages about how pompous it was and extrapolated what kind of insufferable prick he must have been for wearing it. I would write just 1 or 2 things every day for over a year, and I had many books full for the GMs to locate in the tavern basement and read through it. The result was that they found my massacre to not only be in good form and in character, so the server was not rolled back. Instead, they decided to reset and implement a new landmass they had been working on. Some people were really pissed off, mostly a handful of veterans who had been top dog for several years in their little gladiator arena.
That didn't sound petty at all. And their little gladiator arena.
I did it because my first character was murdered by an overzealous asshole who just used his character to project his inferiority complex. He killed me on my second day in the server because I wandered into the funeral of his friend. It was taking place in the middle of town and there was a crowd, so of course I was curious. But because I was not invited and he was a known prick, it was found justifiable for his character to kill mine because of the emotional turmoil, blah, blah, blah. So I said, okay, fuck that, and rolled a new character and was ostensibly eager to please and non-threatening. I won.
So he's the worst role player ever. Because that's like total metagaming.
Yep. He knew what he
this
was
guy
doing.
killed my character, so I'm going to make a character to kill everybody.
Yep.
That's metagaming.
That's
It's
metagaming.
horrible.
You are correct.
And if I were a GM on that server, I'd be like, that's metagaming. And then I would have rolled back all that shit.
Yep.
But hey, whatever. Yeah. Also, I would have been like, that's also very funny. So it stands.
While it's metagaming, it is also very funny.
Yeah.
Stands.
I need to thank our executive producers. And also, Mean Girls, apparently, while it was mentioned earlier, I've been trying to find it to purchase. Check this out. On one of the searches that pop, in the deep back catalog of the Nintendo DS lies one game that even the biggest collectors haven't been able to find.
Oh, God.
Which is known as Mean Girls DS. So, oh boy.
Okay.
When I did a search for it on GameEye, didn't even show up. So now I'm starting to be like, is this a real game? Because it certainly, it's got a review on Best Buy. So this is going to be a fun episode, regardless of whether or not we're able to actually play the game. And then if we do get to play the game, who knows what the fuck it actually is? It might have been just something that some guy made, you know what I mean? And leaked on the internet as the Mean Girls game.
He could have just, like the Frasier SNES game, but somebody took it seriously.
Yeah. But yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. It was released for the Nintendo DS in Europe on September 11th, 2009. This isn't real. This isn't real. And release was canceled in North America. Holy shit.
Because Fandom has Mean Girls partially found 2010 Nintendo DS tie-in.
Partially found.
Mean Girls, also known as Mean Girls DS, is a movie tie-in from 505 for the film of the same name that was released in Europe and in the United States on April 20th, 2010. The game was noteworthy for not putting Lindsay Lohan's character on the cover despite her major role in the film, due to the game's E10 rating and the actress's reputation at the time. It appears the game was a financial bomb and few copies were printed. Previously announced tie-in games such as Pretty in Pink and Clueless were made as PC download only. Update in 2015. It appears it only had a European release, and the US release was canceled at the last minute. There is proof that the game was sold at one point due to a listing on thehunt.com. Another update. Well, we should do this.
Yeah, we should do this on the show.
It's interesting, so we should do it on the show.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I want to know more. Let's get out of here. I want to give a... do we have Patreon shout-outs? We're totally...
You're right.
This is in Stinger territory, but we should totally do those.
We have one new pledge from Sloan. Thank you, Sloan.
Thank you, Sloan. And this episode was executive produced by the following people. These are the folks who donate on Patreon at $20 or more a month. Thank you very much. It's patreon.com/TADPOG. We've got God Emperor Alex Pena, Cthusiast Jeff Miners, Laud Mulaney Dennis, Steve Dixon, Plinko Nick Price, Clambro Cody Phillips, Bantha Master, Executive Producer Dig Dougie, The Eightfold Daniel Abernathy, Time Lord Josh Edwards, Gamebug Prime Nathan Eaton, Matt Gentile, a.k.a. Gentle G, congratulations on your marriage, Magical Sleeper, a.k.a. Big Dick Pie Baker Chris Vaughn, Usurper Grimm, Temporary Eternal Savior Cubicle Monkey, Pinball Archmage Chris Edler, I'm sorry you couldn't be on this episode, Sandwich Pope Phil Hawkins, Nate from Utah, First Time Caller, Zeus Laser, Drink Smith Joey Webster, Big Daddy Paul Anderson, Edgelord Kyle Purtleball, Master Cycle Baron Kevin Link, and General Kenobi Massacre. Thank you guys.
Hell yes. Thank you very much.